yeah, there you go. So look, this is going to be mute. It's going to go, you know, it'll be fine in a couple of weeks. It'll be fixed, but it just shouldn't be released like that. I mean, it's not a me problem, is it? It's not a you problem either. It's a their problem. Really? $70? Come on, guys. But it's all down to this amazingly modeled study level 3D cockpit that allows you to really fly the 737 in your own home.
Riga.
Anyway, all manual there, dropping them all. That button. Continue. Make a nice smooth look. The flare. A lot of pressure here. join the Discord, and I'll have some odd random stream during the week, and I'll see you then, folks.
Yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.
We will certainly not see what happens. See what happens. See, it's climbing all over the place. So we're not crashing our first second. Right, those buttons. It's time for us to sign off. So I think she wants to treat. Do you want to treat the buttons? Do you want to treat? Okay, just look at me until I actually get off the stage. Excellent, folks. Pleasure as always. You too. See you next time.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. Happy Thursday. Yes, the week is almost over. You're almost there. Don't panic. We're in Finland. We're in Helsinki. We're leaving Helsinki, actually, and we're going to Latvia, Riga in Latvia. I was thinking to go into the little Christmas Wonderland, but we leave that for another stream closer to Christmas, shall we? Yes, there's an airport with Santa's Village in it. I know. Adults shouldn't be speaking about things like this. So we're in Stockholm here. Sorry, in Helsinki. God. Helsinki, and it's snowing and it's winter time. It is in Helsinki anyway. This is real world weather, not real world time, because you won't be able to see anything. This is Helsinki. Excuse me. God. A very nice detailed airport, but it's all white because it's snowing in Helsinki. And let's rock and roll to Latvia. Riga airport in Latvia. Now it's going to be a short trip. It's like 50 minutes, but I'm hoping to do a turnaround. I'm hoping to fix that turnaround issue. Okay, and I think I know what it is, and we're going to do it on stream, live on stream. We have a YouTube. We have Stephen Lowe. Greetings to you in chat. No one else at the moment. Not going to look. And yes, probably because we're in the Airbus again. But that's how it goes. So we're going to try to turn around this time. Hopefully learn something new. And we're going to kick off with that. So Andrew Cunningham, greetings to you. He says, hi all, I wish I could join you, but I'll have to enjoy watching. Oh, do you not have the sim working, Andrew? No? Do you... I can't remember now if you had PC or Xbox. I think it was PC, no? Well, look, enjoy. Hopefully we learn something. Now, nothing always goes to plan, as you well know, but we haven't crashed yet, have we? Really? Not really, do you know? Not really. So, no, we haven't. We were in a little bit of a sticky situation yesterday, in yesterday's stream. Let's hop into the cockpit. Let's go and see what we can do with the cockpit. I'm going to go make the screen live there. Let's hop in. We are in the Finnair livery today. Finnair livery. And we've got live world traffic here and all that kind of fancy stuff. And I'm wondering how I'm going to find my way around the taxiways. But look, we'll use something. Let's get into the cockpit, shall we? Okay, so... Let's just kick it off, will we? And we'll stop when the chat comes, when the chat starts heating up, you know. Now, what time is it now? 6 minutes past 6. Okay. Local time, 1800s. Okay, so parking brake. Oh, yeah, my controls. So, let's just do the checklist. Parking brake, wipers. I hope you're all having a good time, by the way. You know, wipers are off. Wipers, spoilers are retracted. Yes, they are. The engine masses are both off. Engine mode selector is not to normal. Thrust levers are all set to idle. They are. And let's make sure. There we go. Always make sure your detents are working if you have the fancy Thrustmaster, which isn't that expensive actually. Flaps are retracted anti-skid. Yeah, that's up here. Boom. And landing gear is checked down. Yes, it is. And fuel quantity, we're going to get that with the flight plan. Oh, I haven't done my flight plan yet. Let's do the flight plan. For the flight plan. We are. Let's get some... While we're doing the flight plan, how about getting some eye candy in just while we're doing that bit. This is for the benefit of those of you who aren't really too sure how the flight plan works, okay? Why not? You know, it's actually not as hard as you think once you know. Once you know, everything will be fine, you know? So let's just move this a little bit. It doesn't take long at all. Sim brief. That's what I'm using. You don't have to use sim brief. Okay, it's a new flight. Oh, not edit. New flight. Come on. Okay, it's done that already. Okay, no, new flight. What? Oh, it's just a bit slow there for some reason. I don't know why that was. It's never happened before. Okay, don't worry about the airline. We are departing from Helsinki, which is Echo Foxtrot Hotel Kilo. We're going to Riga, which is Echo Victor Romeo Alpha. Short trip, you know. Not worried about the times. All I want to put it in is the type of aircraft we're flying, Airbus A320. There we go. A good one. Yesterday was just as well I put on some extra fuel, wasn't it? Because I had to do quite a few go-arounds because I wasn't happy the way things were going. Well, actually I was happy at the end because the speed tape on the left-hand side wasn't working. So I did 2 go-arounds and then I got to the third one, I think it was. I figured out the issue. So I went all old school. I went all hands free, if you like, manual flying with the no throttle or anything like that. It was tricky enough, but we got there. Interesting. So it's interesting to see if the speed tapes just stop working on you on both sides. You got no warnings or anything like that. And the autopilot went nuts, so I had to take over. And it went successfully in the end. There we go, reasonably straight line there. Through Estonia, over to Latvia, and there's the map of the world there. That's where we are. In the planet Earth. And I think I just have a look up here before I generate that. We've got a departure and an arrival. Great. So let's generate the flight plan. That'll throw it up into the cloud and we're going to download it into the airplane. Happy days. I'm presuming the winds are in there and all that kind of stuff. They got the correct runways, which they usually do. There we go. Come on. Now, let's examine the flight plan. So after that, we are going to get this here. Now, I'm going to write some stuff and things down. So we are departing in Helsinki. I'm looking here, by the way. Zoop. We're departing 22 left. And we are departing on the SID, which is the Kilo, see it says SID there, Oscar, India, Victor 3, Foxtrot. We're coming into Riga then, onto runway 18. And in Riga we're using the star approach Lima Uniform Tango Alpha Lima 2 Golf. So that's the story. The altitude we're flying, 30,000 feet. I just like to write these things down. Flight level 300. That's all I need to write down for the moment. Great. It's weather's there and all that kind of stuff. Good. Okay, so I added the fuel, didn't I? Add the fuel in there. We'll be fine. We've got fuel for an alternate, right? So that's fine. Where's our alternate? Back up here. So we've got loads of fuel, right? Now, if you went to alternate, look, let's just do it. I'm not gonna. Too many things can go wrong. They won't, though. I don't let them. You know. Yes, sorry, Bob. Okay, that's that done. Right now, let's talk into the cockpit and get started. Right. So 2 battery masters. Battery masters on. Let's get the battery masters on. Boom, boom. Good. We have an external power available. Now we got power and lights and all that kind of stuff. Let's turn up some lights here with the overhead there. Let's put the dome light on. Very nice. Let's put the strobe onto auto. I'm going to put the beacon light on here. I'm just going to go through flows. I haven't got a flow yet. Do you know? I haven't got a flow yet. Going. I don't want to learn one and then have to change it. You know, I'm going to pick one of these days. Now, it will take 9 minutes or so for the navigation to align. So I turn it on and off and on again. That'll be instant then in the simulator. There we go. Let's get this puppy up. Come on. Having a look over the comments there. Clappy D's with us. Greetings, Clappy D, as always. Happy days. It's great that you're here. Andrew Cunningham says, I wish I oh yeah, he said that already. Did I miss Clappy D? Or did I miss Clappy D the first time? Oh, Andrew's at work right now. Okay, well, you know what to do. You know, use your iPad. You know, good. Well done, really, Andrew. Good, use of your, keep watching. Will Long, is Fenix sim worth it, guys? William, the Fenix is worth it. Yes. If you're new to simming, what I did was I started off with the free one, right, the fly-by-wire one. And then I liked that. I did 1 or 2 streams when I was learning, and then I said, right, I go with the Fenix because it's just real. It's study level, really. So is the fly-by-wire, but the Fenix is way ahead of it at the moment. So I like the Fenix. I like this stuff here as well, but they have that in them both. So it could be subjective at this point, you know. But yes, it is worth it. There's no doubt about that. It is most certainly worth it. Cheddar Keys with us and a red cap. Happy days. What you all saying there on Twitch? Not a lot on Twitter. Not a lot on Twitter. Okay, so where was I? Yes. Let's throw the checklist, shall we? Battery 1 and 2 master on, external powers on, strobe lights. Yeah, we aligned the air DRSs. We can do all the engine fire tests, but look, let's not worry about that. Instrument and display brightness, I'm happy with that. Let's actually put on some more lights down here, see? Oh. Just, you know, light it up a little bit like a Christmas tree. And put it on this side as well. Just some floodlights just to brighten things up. It's going to get dark shortly. Safety belt sign is going to be on for packs. Put the smoking on first because it's easier to click it that way. Emergency exit signs, we alarmed those. Annunciator lights, we can test those up here. Just check your bulbs, as you know. And now let's go to our flight plan. The guts of it, really, folks. The guts of it. No. Okay, so you go straight into it. Now you can check your data and all that kind of stuff. Where was the other thing here? Was it no. For your okay, look, let's just keep going as we're going. Let's not change things too much now. So yeah, sorry, init. Okay, let's request init. Now I'm going to do the turnaround today without having to leave the sim, I hope, if I do it right. You know, note to self, don't turn off the APU when you get back to the gates. You know, and all the power. Flight number doesn't matter, just put it in as 1. Cost index, I'll do around R5, if that's what they're using. And cruise level, I set 30,000 feet. 300 will do for flight level 300. For 30,000 feet. Minus 70, that looks about right to me. Happy days. Flight plan now, let's check the flight plan. I'm just going to glance for any questions that anyone has. I'm going to glance over there. Oh, we got a bing bang. That was on Twitch. Matthew Shiny T, is it? Shiny T. I can't pronounce it. I just looked at it. It looks like Matt. It's probably far name. MATEUSINHYT. Greetings, welcome. Say hello in the chat. And welcome. I'm delighted you followed and you think it's worthwhile watching. It's certainly worthwhile playing. It's great fun. Call me Matthew. I was close though, Matthew. Thank you very much. I remember that. Matthew, nice one. I know it's a clever, it's a clever acronym kind of thing. I just didn't get it. But nice one, Matthew. Happy days. Any questions are welcome. By the way, I'm learning this, but there's no such thing as a stupid question. And that's true, actually. For every question you're thinking of asking, another 10 people won't ask. When you ask a question, you're answered it for lots of people. Now, I was going to set my departure here. So departure, we're taking off 22 left, and our standard instrument departure is, I think it's a K, isn't it? KOIV3 Foxtrot. There we go, this one. Boom. Now before I hit here, the temporary, I can look at it and go, oh, okay, that looks fine. Yeah, that looks okay. That looks good. Insert there. And our departure. Echo Victor Romeo Alpha. Boom. We get our arrival here. And we're coming into runway 18. This is all from the Simbury flight plan, as you saw earlier. 18. Z, please. And our SID is LUT something. Scrolling down. LUT. Yeah, LUT Alpha AL2G. It drops one letter. I don't know why. Insert. That's all for now. Let's just have a look and examine our flight plan to make sure there's no flight plan discontinuities or breaks in the chain, if you know what I mean. I've got a plan mode here. We're going to leave it at 20 miles out, and let's just scroll all the way. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And that's all good. Straight in. Straight in approach. Okay. Nice and easy. I'm not going to say this is going to go very smoothly because the last time I said that, you know, things happened that we didn't want to have happen. Arc and back to 20. Okay, I'm happy with all that. I need page 2 now, and I'm going to do performance. I need page 2 is 0 fuel weight and center of gravity. So we need to know all that. So we go in here. We load our passengers. Matthew's saying flying is very hard, huh? No, it's not. It ain't actually. That's what I thought. It's not. There's a lot in it, but it's all common knowledge. It's not like there's no physics and maths. There is, but 3 times table. Physics is just general cop, really. You know. It's not hard. It really isn't. People like to make it harder than it is. Now it is hard. This kind of stuff is hard to do your type rating on. Once you're done with that, you're good, I believe. No. Why did I click on that without thinking? Why? Why would I do this? Why would I do this? I shouldn't be doing this at the end of the day. Okay, so let's load the aircraft. Instant. Got 157 passengers, a little bit of cargo, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And our 0 fuel weight is 60.2. I'm going to see here. I'm going to put 60.2 here just to round it up. 31.9. 60.2. 60.2 and 31.9. 31.9. 31.9. You know, if you think of the PPL, Matthew, right? It's easy. It's easy. You got to remember, a private pilot's license should be fun. Shouldn't be a drama. You know, if you find if you go to flight school and you find they're making a drama out of it, you're in the wrong school. It should be fun. It's a leisure license, isn't it? It's a private license. You know. And when it's fun, you learn better, don't you? No stress. Okay, so what's next? Yeah, okay, performance. We need to do the performance. I've been through all the training, Matthew, so in the cruise, don't forget to ask me any questions. I've done the whole lot, right? Except to get to flying the big jets. I've done all the commercial training and all that kind of stuff. So if you've got any questions, I'm happy. They're real world now, right? So far away. V-speeds, next, folks. Departure performance. It is fun though in the sim, I have to say. No stress, no pressure at all. We're taking off 22 left. On surface is snowy? No, just no. Okay, it's dry there. Flap, I always use 1. Toga, how long is the runway? No, we won't need toga, so we're going to go no with that. So our flex takeoff, anti-ice packs is on, I believe. And let's load all the weather and stuff. Just click on that there and load all the weather. And it gives us, when we calculate here, it's going to give us our V-speeds and our trim settings and all that kind of gumph. What's all 152? Alright. Down 3. Okay. No warnings there. 152. What was the trim? I'll come back to that. 152 all the way down, folks. 152. 152. Boom. And flaps is 1/DN 0.3. Now where I got this is our trim. Down 0.03. Flex temp is 57. Flex to temp. And that's it. Down 3, 57. Down 3, and 57. 152. Happy days. Okay. Predicted wind shear. Not that it's. I don't think it's modeled in this. Pretty sure it's not. Leave the weather radar. Let's not fry people on the ground. Cabin doors locked. And barometric reference. So we got all the peeps aboard. The gate should have moved off now. No. One gate. I'm going to ground surfaces here. We're going to tell the gate to go away. remove. I didn't ask. Oh, I actually throttled it to open. Shocks and cones, and we need the ground power unit on there because let's not switch that off. And let's start the APU then. 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Boom. Barometric reference. Start. There we go. The QNH is. Let's go back. Did I have it here? Didn't it? Let's examine this here. Did I have the QNH here somewhere? No, it was in departure here. It said the QNH down here. Did it give it? No. Oh, it did. Here's the top here. Look. 1001. Now, if I had pressed B here, it should put it to that. B. No, it's 1000. So I don't know why that is. But I'm going to put 1001 here. Now, I'll tell you what I can do is check the actual real world weather. Because I notice that sometimes, maybe it's just the Fenix is a little bit, Fenix is just a little behind the Microsoft weather, which is maybe behind the real world weather. But it should be real world weather. So we're taking off. We're taking off. Echo, Foxtrot, Hotel, Kilo. So it might just be a little bit behind, that's all. Foxtrot, Hotel, Kilo. Oh, for love of God. Echo, Foxtrot, Hotel, Kilo. It's the phone, keyboard. I need a dialing wand with my big fingers. QNH now, in the real world, is 1001. So it's just a little bit behind is all. You know, because it changes every half an hour, so that's all that is. It's no big deal. 30 feet. Well, it is coming into land over that hedge. Okay, good. Checklist. Barometric reference is set. That's fine. EVRA definite need. FCDO altitude. The transition altitude here is. I'm going to get Navigraph open here. 5,000 feet, I think it is. Yeah, it's 5,000 feet. Transition altitude. So we'll just stick that in because we've got no ATC. 5,000 feet. Good. Everything else is managed. Speed, heading, IRS is aligned. EFS, arc 10 miles. I'll leave it at 20, thank you. Or, yeah, leave it at 20. Flight directions both on. That's on 1, on 2. And we're going to start the APU, which is already on. We put the crew oxygen supply on here. Boom. And don't forget our fuel pumps. We won't go anywhere if the fuel isn't pumped from the wings into the engines. Fuel pumps are on. And air conditioning, okay, you fiddle with that as much as you like. Navigation lights on to, and we put the light on. Here comes the producer buttons now. Go for trouble. Oh, she's all cute and wagging her tail there. She knows what she wants. She knows. You know it. I know it. We're going to wait till we start the APU, at least till we start before taxi before we give her a little thing. External power now comes off because the APU is started. External power comes off. Now it doesn't shut off on us entirely. Beacon light comes on, and let's get ready for backtrack. Beacon light. Oh, it's all, I put it on earlier on, didn't I? Great. Okay. So let's start backtracking. Oh God, here we go. Ow. Oh. Okay, this is what happens. This is what happens, folks. You know it. I know it. Producer Buttons knows it. She wants her treat. So, if I gave her one before I started the stream, she'd come back still. She'd still come back and look for a treat. You know? Maybe she just wants to say hello to you all. I don't know. Ah, that window's driving me mad now. Get back to where... Oh, mother of God. With the window. Nah. Okay, Buttons. You're bribing me now. You know this. You're going to get a treat. Okay, sorry about this, folks. I know it happens every time. It's like Groundhog Day, you know. She knows what she's doing. Yeah, Buttons. We're going to get your treat, and after that, little dog, after you get your treat, you're going to leave me alone, okay? Yeah. Back in 8 seconds, folks. It's just in the next room. Come on, let's get your treat, Buttons. Yes, you're going to get it straight away. Come on, let's go and get your treat. Right, until the time. 8, 4. No, just wants to note allow Jonathan Wheeler. Okay. Okay, alright. Now, produce the buttons. Here you go. There you go. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, she might settle down. Oh dear, where was I? Where was I? Okay, yeah, so beacon light is on. Producer buttons is appeased. And let's get pushed back and start the engines. Let's light the engines. Oh yeah, Johnny F says, when someone asks you to press Alt F4, just say no. Yeah, I was all fingers and thumbs yesterday. And I pressed Alt F4 instead of Alt F3. And as you know, Alt 4 is not far away from Alt F3. That was my problem yesterday. Johnny F. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. Let's get the pushback going. Now, also, before I... Okay, let me see where I gotta go here first. Let's just slow down here, right? I always rush this part. Taxiing can be a nuisance. Let's see where we're gonna taxi to. So let's go to the taxi here. Let's go down and get a map here of some description. Oh, great. I have to come out here altogether and hit this button here. Because I want to see where I am. There we go. Now we go to the taxi. So there we go. So we're taking off. 22 left. Right. So where's 22 left? Have you got a long taxi? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, great. 22 left. So we're going to come up to... I'm going to backtrack up here maybe. Come out to Foxtrot Zulu taxiway and turn in. Okay. Okay. Give me a second here now. No. There we go. That's a better one. 22 left. Okay, so we want the nose to the right. Nose to the right. Okay, good. Let's go. Okay, backtrack. Let's get the old ground services. We can get rid of the Jeep ground power unit now, and we can start connect our tug, and we start backtracking. Now, start when you're ready, please. Takes a bit longer than that in real life. Take the parking brake off. That would be useful. That would be very useful. Let's start at engine number 1. Or number 2, should I say, the first engine. Let's switch English to start, and boom. Now, we didn't put on APU bleed, so I'm going to put that on. We're not going anywhere without APU bleed. Now that engine will start. There we go. Nice snowy day. Christmassy in Finland. One of the places I'd like to go to actually is Finland. That would certainly please me. Let's start turning now. There we go. I'm going to taxi all the way back up here. That's what I'm looking for. Now, can I get this so we're right on the yellow line? If I could see it, I think I could see it. I can see the lights there for sure. I can hear engine number 2 starting. Won't let me turn any steeper than that. There's a nice livery there for the ATR, which I'm looking forward to coming out. Stop. Park and brake on. Disconnect the tug. And happy days. Now, before we go, folks, right? I'm going to sim settings here now. Maybe too late, I don't know. But every time I come in here for all this stuff here, all that should be on there. That should be there now. The brake fans, how I can test that is... Oh yeah, it's done it. Okay, great. We can see if it has the brake fans. Oh, it does work. I know it works instantly. What am I talking about? I love the brake pads. Look at this. They have them on the fly-by-wire as well, so they're not on because you can't hear them. If you hop into the cockpit now very quickly, and I put the brake fans on, have a listen to this. They're here. Pretty cool, no? Switch them off. That's pretty cool. I love those details, you know, subtle details. Okay, so let's get taxiing. Without looking at the checklist though, we know that we need the runway turn off lights and we need the nose light to taxi. We know that. We know we can turn on the radar probably now, so put on the radar. And whilst I'm here, I'm going to arm the spoilers. I can just start engine number 2, number 1 here as well. Engine number 1 to start. Getting a little bit ahead of myself there. We want to make sure the brakes are on max here for the reject takeoff. And that should be all good. So APU master good, oxygen, fuel pumps, air conditioning, navigation lights, APU external powers off. We start the engines there, autopilot set, it's all good, it's all going to be auto managed up to 5,000 feet. Let's set this trim here. So if I go to hydraulics, no, excuse me, controls. Flight controls. You can check all the flight controls, but moreover, we can just be sure the trim is down 3, isn't it? 3. You can kind of guess by looking at it here, look. There's the arrow there, so back down to 3. That would be 4, and that would be 5, wouldn't it? So we want down 3. Oh, see, it's not quite exact if you look at it, but there's the exact. 3 degrees, down. Good. And let's get taxiing, folks. Let's begin the taxiing process. Brakes are off. We may have to wait for the... Oh, the second engine is now available. Great, let's switch the starter onto normal mode. APU doesn't need to be on now, so we can get rid of the APU bleed and the APU master can come off. So that's the APU coming off. And we're all on our own power here. Let's move this here a little bit so I can use the throttles. It was interesting yesterday flying it manually without auto thrust and autopilot altogether and auto thrust. Because the throw on the throttles, I don't think they're like that in real life. It's very small. It's the slightest movements. I had to use the slightest movements, you know. And I got just 145 knots on final, which was to be expected as I, you know, when I re-looked at the video, which is great. So it worked out well in the end. So I had a good day. I had a good day, and I'm holding on to it. I'm going to hold on for dear life. It was a good day yesterday because we all know that things can go wrong, and we all know that there's things that happen that there's gaps in my knowledge, you know, and then it's all shit. It's all shit hit the fan. Here we got the gun following us. Don't forget, with our North European server, folks, we're in Helsinki at the moment. You join us in the North European server, so that's nice. I'm going a bit too fast there. Some more will probably join us. I went off the centre line there because I was looking outside. So we're going to take a left here. Not too fast. Now, I didn't mean to do that. I want to zoom in the other window. This window I want to zoom in. Oh yeah, we better take that. Come on. I'm just going to declutter here. Declutter. There's another aircraft take off there. Actually, who's that with us? Someone with us there? King O'Bricks, are you with us? King O'Bricks 558? It looks like he could well be. He could well be. Don't know. There we go. I'm just looking at the maps here to see if I can follow the taxi signs. Yankee 3 we're at. We want to take a right at Zulu. So Zulu. We're going to cross the... No, we're not crossing the runway just yet. Oh, Zulu. That's it there. That's Zulu. Look. See the little Z there in the black? That's saying where you're going. Now, it keeps stopping on me, and that's my own fault. I'm putting on too much brakes. Now, I have to say to you, let's think about the friction. Okay? If it's wet, how wet is it on the runway surface? Because that's going to affect your performance when you go to stop, isn't it? And is it snowing? And is it snowing? Is it thick snow? Is it ice? So how is that going to affect your braking? And have Microsoft modeled that yet? I think they said they would, but they haven't modeled that. And these are the things, folks. You know, they are brilliant. So it's I'm no one to tell them what they should do. Do you know? I'm not going to dare do that. But I would like if they model that. You know, it's like, oh god, we're going to land in snow. Will we stop in time? You know, all that kind of stuff. It's wet. It's raining. Is there aquaplaning? Do you know, that add a bit of fun to it as well. I don't know if it's modelled for that. Correct me if I'm wrong. What I'm saying is, if they stop adding all fancy stuff now and just get, it's a simulator, you know, and don't have any of this had to have spaceship on it. What's it called? It's from some game. And it's, come on, no, it's a simulator, and that's why it's famous as a simulator. Grumpy Grumperson. Grumpy. I'm going to use all the runway this time. So using flex. King of Bricks and smooth because it's waiting there. He's flying the A310. I'm going to get back into that as well, by the way, at some point. Just liking this one. I want to get the turnaround. You know, I said I'd go on to other aircraft, and I just want the turnaround sorted in this. You know? I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to say hello to the comments there. There's a few more in there before the takeoff. Okay, man. Here we go. I'm going to wait for... I'm going to wait for our friend there. I'm going to wait for King of Bricks. I'm going to come to a halt here. Put on the parking brake. Just double check the checklist and look at the comments. Okay, so we are before takeoff. Let's just check all the stuff. Transponder. Oh, I'll put that on there. The television wants to turn off. No television turning off. I put the transponder on now, haven't I? You should be on the runway. I'm going to put TA on only. Transponders on. Spoilers are armed. Yeah, flaps are set to take off. See how important the checklist is. Anti-ice is that's fine. That's just auto. Auto brake is on. Nose light is set to taxi. It's going to be set to take off. Or we set to climb now. To take off, should I say? Runway turn off lights are on as well. Weather radar is on. Yes, and we want the chrono to start. We'll do that when we line up. We want our landing lights to come on. Decast transponder or takeoff fake chrono. Okay, let's put the constraints on as well. And takeoff config and see if we get any errors. Everything's green. Everything's green here. All nice, no blues. Happy days. Okay, so the comments then. Whilst I'm really slowly going to park back off. I'm really slowly going to go on the runway there. King of Bricks is definitely with us there. Kimbrick, say hello in the chat there. Your call sign for Microsoft might be different than your call sign, do you know? On the sim. So, before we take off, let's see, we got on Twitch there. We got Lodi Reapers with us. He says, hey, I'm a little late, just loading in. No worries. No worries. Come on, Mr. Airplane. Also, we have... Cherokee was saying hello, Redcap is saying evening. Redcap saying Helsinki to Rosmani, I think it's pronounced. Yes, MK Studios are on sale for Orbix for Christmas. Still full price at Marketplace though. Damn it. Because I just paid for it on the Marketplace. Anyway, yeah, no good. Thank you though, Redcap. Thank you for telling everybody, because it's kind of nice to know. Rove Namani, or whatever it is, I can't pronounce it, that's got Christmas Village in it. We're going to do that someday. Thank you for the knowledge there, Redcap. Blaine FX, evening Gripper, joining a bit late, but I'll catch up to you. Good. And Gabe is with us as well. Good evening to you, Gabe. Good evening to you. So crawling on to... Oh, there's Redcap there. There's King of Bricks is there. So I'm going to line up, and if King of Bricks is watching, I'm going to tell him to go first. King of Bricks, actually you can go now, because we're going to head off very shortly if you're watching us at the same time, King of Bricks. The A310. Is he gonna go? Maybe he's not with us. Okay, I'm gonna head King of Bricks because it's spawning my view. Spawning my view. Lonely Ripper's flying the FA-18. I can see him there. King of Bricks there is obviously getting stuff ready. So just go ahead. I'm just gonna taxi ahead of him. I love the runway lights to the side there. See them there to the side? Does that look cool? It looks absolutely stunning. There we go. Now we're good to go. Okay, folks, let's hit the chrono. Timer started. Let's rock and roll this short flight, and the return is to come. So 50% on the N1. Make sure it's all stable. Good, and then up to flex power takeoff because we've got a long runway. All good. We've got our flex is set, SRS runway. All good. Keep on the centre line. 100 knots now. Release the back pressure of the stick. Oh, I should have this guy here, shouldn't I? No, that's 140 knots now. V1, rotate. There we go, nice and gently. 15 degrees. Positive brake, gear up. Here's coming up, looking for 1500 odd feet. I'm going to fly it manually for a bit. There we go. Hey ho, DCS Ducks, how are you? I hope you're having a good week. Now we can put the climb lever to flex, or sorry, the throttle to climb the tent. Why is it so down there? I don't like that. Oh, the nose may be it's a little bit too high there, I have to admit. Getting a little bit of warnings here. Oh, ice is detected. See? Okay, well, we'll do the ice then. Boom, boom, boom. Great. And autopilot on. Autopilot is engaged. And all the airs are gone. We're going to take up the flaps now in a second. No messages. Now we're accelerating nicely. Let's have a look outside. At the runway behind us. I was a bit late there, wasn't I? There's a red cap taken off. No new Reapers with us. Muse Kit, I think, are you with us? Now let's take the flaps up before we get into trouble. Flaps are up. We're now clean. We're going to be clean in a second. And our first constraint, 230 knots. Is it going to keep it? Yes, it looks like it's going to keep the 230 knots. Great. Okay, after takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist, gear. Well, we should be really reading from the checklist, shouldn't we? Yeah. I've kind of done it in my head, and I'm just double checking. So, get that disarmed, and we get the brakes off there for the auto brakes there off as well. And we want to get rid of the runway turn-off lights, and the taxi nose light comes to off. And let's see, we started the after takeoff checklist. Okay, so flaps. Gear retracted. Yes, it is. Flaps are up and retracted. Yes, they are. Spoilers are disarmed. Yes, thrust is set to the climb to tent. Autopilot is on. Nose light, runway lights off. After takeoff checklist is complete. And the climb checklist. Barometric reference. Well, we're coming up to 5,000 feet now. Let's get up onto our 30,000 feet then. Let's just say we're clear to 30,000. And the QNH goes to standard. 1, 2. There we go. It's given out because I didn't do it soon enough. Anti-ice is fine. Safety belt sign off when we get to the cruise, that is. We'll put it off. We'll put off this sign now, will we? There we go. Happy days. We're all rocking.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may realize your safety belt and stumble around the cabin now.
Yes, stumble. Because they're all drunk. That's why. More alcohol.
More than just one drink at a time.
That's right.
Customary. The toilets are also ready for use, while left each two now to defecate is beyond us. Thank you.
Good stuff. And now we're going to come to 10,000 feet now. We're going to switch off the landing lights. Let's declutter. Let's declutter my face on the camera. I'll just take my face off for the moment. There you go. You got a nice view there. Happy days. I do love this real world weather. It makes such a difference. I don't think I'd be doing this only for, you know, the real world weather, folks. I have to be honest with you, because it just adds that dimension to it. And you know, when they get the friction with regards to runways, the surface is wet. Is it aquaplaning? You know, snow, ice. It's going to be great. So all good. Let's have a look and see what the passengers are doing. Yeah, that's very bright. That does bother me. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back in here. Right, I'm going to switch off the cabin lights. And actually I was in the right place to begin with, wasn't I? Some settings. Cabin lights off. Let's say do that. Where do we go? That looks a bit better now. Happy days. That's pretty cool. I think if they put people in the cabin, it wouldn't look as good, you know? It wouldn't look particularly realistic, I feel. It would just take away from the immersion, I guess. I don't know. What do you think? On Twitch, DCS Dux is saying, testing my 3090 Ti in DCS today with everything cranked. Oh, how did that go, DCS Dux? How 1390? Great. I was going to get one of those back in the day. But you know what? Couldn't get one. I just couldn't get one. Why are we climbing so slowly? That's a restriction. We're 10,000 feet now, you can switch off the landing lights. Temperature. It's in the minuses, so we're going to leave the icing on. Wait, is that a restriction there? 10,000, really? Oh, sea constraint there. Maybe it was. Okay, we're climbing good on now. Yes, DCX just has a 1390 Ti. That's going to be pretty damn quick. Nice one. You waited long enough. He says just loaded it in. Looks good so far. On YouTube. On YouTube, let's see the latest. Will Long is saying, oh, is Fenix worth it? Yes, it is. Absolutely. I mean, it used to be 100 quid from PMDG. You know, with the 737s and stuff. So it is definitely worth it. I think it's about 50 quid, isn't it? It's definitely worth it. Red Cap was saying Helsinki. Big Sky Ride says, would you fly the USA or other countries? Yes, I have done, and I will do again. I will do again. I just like these routes at the moment because we're going to be lots of soup, and I like the landings with no viz. It adds a bit of tension, doesn't it? You know, when things go a little bit awry, like they did last night. You know, what happened last night is, if you've just joined us, the speed tape here froze at about 210 knots. And I came in for the approach and it all went crazy and I didn't know what was going on. So I said, okay, I'll go around. And I went in again and I disarmed the autopilot. And then I discovered the speed tape had stuck here and on the other side. So it was a bug, but a lesson nevertheless. So I said, where am I going to get the speed? Well, the speed's here. I got the TAS here, the GPS. So what I did was I disarmed the auto throttle and the autopilot and landed it manually, and that was fine. Now, the danger of what happened last night was it said 210 and I was stalling. I was going, why is the nose so high? What's going on here? I said, I must be stalling. And the auto throttle wouldn't add in more power. Because we're probably about 120, 30 knots. You know? And I could see that here. And my view was like this as well to make it worse. See that? So I couldn't read the speeds anywhere else. So, see how important your view is. We got the rain out of it. So it was a good experience to see, you know, how you react under those conditions, especially when everyone's watching, you know. Everyone's watching. And I got myself out of a hole. I could have gotten myself out of it sooner, I suppose, but, you know, what are you going to do? Let's move too high there, I don't like that. There we go. We're still climbing. We only need 14,000 feet. It's not a big climb. Now, $166 miles to go. This is a quick trip. Now, the big thing for me, at least, is to do the turnaround without leaving the cockpit. I hope it works. you can see the distance in white at the bottom of the flight management computer display there. 163 miles to go, so I gotta get cracking. I'm gonna get this out of the way. Let's get my workload out of the way because I'm gonna start chatting now in a minute. My flight, let's get the weather for our approach. Arrival weather is QNH 1006. 1006. And we're going to go into initial. Oh no, sorry, we're going to go into performance here. Next phase, we're in the climb. Next phase. Cruise, managed. Next phase, descent, managed. Expedite, 1-1. Right, I don't know what that is, I'll have to find out what that is. Next phase, QNH is 1006, just to be sure. 006. So, the weather here, just read it out properly for you, right? Echo Victor Romeo Alpha, IK identifier of the airfield. It was issued on the 8th at 1850 Zulu hours. The wind is 180 at 13 knots. There's 5,000 meters visibility, just half a mile. The snow, so there's moderate snow. There's no plus or minus in front of it, so it's moderate snow. Great. Broken at 600 feet. Overcast at 1,000 feet. The temperature and dew point is the same. Temperature -1, dew point -1. So we're going to have bad visibility. That's why I'm flying at this part of the world today. QNH is 1006 and no significant change. So let's put in 180 at 13 knots. 180 at... This is a picture here. 13 knots. So I'm just filling this in. Temperature is minus. The minus is down here, I learnt yesterday. Minus, what's 2? We have icy all the way. -1, excuse me. There we go. -1. Now, the rest then. So the transition is 5,000 feet, okay, fine. And the radio is going to be, so we need to look at our performance here. Let's look outside how we're doing that. Let's get our performance sorted out. I'm going to go to Navigraph, get my camera back with my face on it. And we are going to Echo Victor Romeo Alpha Riga. Boom. Our approach, we are looking for runway 18. Z. If you see Z and Y and all that kind of stuff, just select Z. Oh, you can do a Cat 3. Oh, Cat 2, ILS Y, runway 18. Let's go for that. Okay, our 2,500 feet is going to be our approach, but our minimums, we're Class C, no? Decision height, that's the radio height, is 149 feet. 149 feet. Good. $149 in the barrel. Good. That's that out of the way. Also, are we at our altitude? Not quite. 10,000 feet to go. Okay. So while we're still climbing, oh, look at that scenery, folks. That's so cool. Finland. Let's look at the charts here. Localizer is 111.1. Final approach course is 275. There's all the radio frequencies at the top. We're not using the radio today. Final approach course, we're going to join the ILS to 2,000 feet. After Akens, Alpha Kilo November Echo Zulu. 2,000 feet is going to be our joining the ILS. Cat 2. Decision height, we refer to minimums. There's the elevation of the runway. These are minimum safe altitudes, so we're coming down this way. So that looks okay. That's good. Elevation transition of 5,000 feet or by ATC. DME required 2 or nav by initial approach required 3. Warning, when established on the ILS localizer, maintain 160 knots until D4. I don't want to follow that unless otherwise instructed. ILS DME reads 0 with the threshold runway 18. Okay. Fine. Oh, it's pronounced Rovani Emi. Ah, okay. Rovani Emi. Big Red Sky says, I love the soup. So do I. You know, now we're out of it now. We're in, you know, clear skies. It's incredible. Big Sky writes says, how do you set the camera angles? Actually, you know, have I finished with this now? 2000 feet, yes I have. Except I'll just read this and I'll answer the question there. Where's the go around? Missed approach. Climb and runway tracked 2,500 feet. After passing 1,500 feet, radar vectoring will be provided. Okay. So I'll have to radar vector myself. That's okay. No big deal. Just climb straight ahead. Okay. Now, how am I operating the camera? Believe it or not, this is at the beginning when I came out. I said, oh, it's going to be really awkward to operate the camera. And I learned that if you just get an Xbox controller, you just plug it in and it's all set up for you. So this is great. That's how I control all my views. Now I want to start at the zoom and I haven't got around to that yet. That's how I set all the views of the Xbox controller. And every week the batteries die me. I don't know why. So I have to get one without batteries and a chargeable battery so I can just plug it in. But if you have one, it doesn't have to be a PC Xbox controller. It's just an Xbox controller and it will work. Which is fantastic, you know. So that's how I do that there. Recap says pre-COVID days. This is on YouTube now. Pre-COVID days around this area, 5,700 miles in 5 weeks. Good fun. Oh wow. Okay, cool. Helicopters with us. Helicopter visual. Greetings. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Now, we should slow climb today. A miserable 700 feet a minute, really. And of course, that's to do with the index, isn't it? I bet you. Let's have a look at our descent here. Okay, not far off. Oh, we got a bing bang. Great. We got War Dog 420111 has followed. War Dog, welcome. Welcome to the madness. I'm delighted to see you. Thank you for following. Thank you for following the madness. Thank you for that. Good to see you. We have a Discord as well, Wardog. If you're aware, just look at participant Discord. In fact, let me get Discord open here, Wardog and Matthew, because you know. Let me just get it up here. Discord. I'm gonna give you an invite. It's free anyway, you know. And it's our little community, and I'd like to be on it more, but I'm doing this. I'd like to be on it a bit more. But I do, for the Sunday streams, I put the flight plan in my current link and that, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to give you an invitation here now. Where is it? Invite people. I'm going to give you a link, and anybody can use this link. There we go. That will do there. And I'm going to put it into Twitch. There's the link. Right. And on YouTube. Oh, Clappy D beat me to it. Brilliant. Clappy D put it in there as well. Right. Thank you, Clappy D. So the Discord's great. Everyone's very helpful. If I'm stuck, I go onto my own Discord and say, "Oh, there's something wrong. What's happening?" And everyone is going to help you. You know. Everyone's very professional and nice and polite and understanding, especially if you're a newbie. You know. We love to see newbies on the channel. You know. Now, I don't like the term newbie, but we'll say new pilots and without any knowledge whatsoever. Because it's an adventure, isn't it? It's a great break from your day, you know. The old flight simulator is. I learned how to fly this on stream. Yeah, I can't fly. I can and I can't, if you know what I mean. I'd say I'm about 1%. I know I'm being too harsh there. But it's easy when it goes well. You know? It certainly is. So I'm just admiring the snowy scenery, folks. You know? So we'll be leaving Finland now shortly. And we start our approach. Let's do the checklist for the cruise, shall we? Checklist for the cruise is check ecam. Okay, that's all fine. Check the weather. We've checked the weather. We check it again. And let's see if there's any updates to the weather here on our arrival. QNH is 1006. It's still the same. So it's quite bad visibility. Select approach. I've selected the approach already. We are approaching into... Oh god, we're getting there fast here, folks. Hang on. Where is our descent? Now, there's something wrong here straight away. We're not getting our descent profile. I think... Why are we climbing so slow? You know? We're almost there. I'm going to level us off here at 28,000 feet. Oh god, it's going to be 29 now. It's climbing very slowly and I don't know why that is. So let's do my calculations. I'll use the calculator here because we're going to have to rush, I'm afraid. I think I've stuffed something up somehow. 29 multiplied by 3 is 87 minus 2,000 feet, which is 85. We wanted to start descending about 85 and we're at 86 now, so let's start descending now. 2,500 feet. Push it in. I can't see that little arrow when it says we gotta descend. I'm wondering why it isn't descending. Oh good god, it's so awkward with the mouse. Push it in. No. I'm gonna go manual here. I just, that hasn't happened to me before. There's a little white arrow pointing down. I did see it, but now it's gone. So we were climbing so slowly, it took forever to get up here. You know, now it's gonna take forever to get down, and we're running out of speed air at RA 603. Okay, so we've got problems now. So I'm gonna manually descend. Pull it towards me. Now it'll start descending, please. Okay, now we're descending. That's going to start getting busy. The ice I'm going to leave in, we're going into the clouds again. Safety belt signs on. This is a bit of a pain in the neck. Okay, so we're way above. I see straight away here, I can see now we're above our profile. So let's see if we can get on that and we can go back to manage mode. So let's increase our rate of descent.
Thank you all of our subscribers and members for supporting our endeavors. If you are not a subscriber on Twitter or member on YouTube, please consider joining in order to secure our adventures fair.
Very awkward.
Thank you.
Ah! No! No! When did I get that panel? Come on, descend now and what I asked you to. Not at 1,500 feet, 3,000 feet a minute, please. There, I saw it there. There we go, VS minus 2,000 feet, so now it'll start. Okay, great. So we're going to be a bit high, but it looks like, yeah, we're going to be a bit high, so we got to get down now. And what's going to happen is we're going to start accelerating, because we're going quite, it's accelerating because we're at, you know, it's going to go to, it's going to glide now, and it's going to have to lower the nose. So what I'm going to have to do is put some speed brakes. I guess it's going to tell me more drag now, but it's not. So I'm going to put on some brakes here, nice and slowly, and I'm going to start coming down. Let's get back on speed and on profile. So I don't know what happened, it's just an error. So it's important to be able to take over manually with whatever you need to, you know, which is nice. 24,000 feet, descent checklist. FCDU altitude is set, safety belt sign is on, anti-ice, we're going to leave it on because we're going to the soup again. Barometric reference is going to be set as we come down to the transition level, which is 5,000 feet. 1 over 10,000 feet. Of course, we want the aligning lights to come on. That's it. On Twitch there. Wendy Ripper is always just telling someone there that we're just coming in for approach. It should be down in about 20 minutes. Then we're going to head back. Yeah, so we're going to do it. I'm going to try and do it within the cockpit. If that doesn't work, I'll have to come out to the same and, you know, reload it. And that's going to be a pain. For me, not for you, because you're watching. So we're descending, folks. There's something else I got to do. Now we got something. Speed brakes still out. Yeah, I know it's still out. Yeah, I'm well aware of that, thank you. Because we're going too fast. Well, thank you for reminding me, computer. It is out. Full blast. Now, we'll be back on profile here, look. Before RA603. See that little ziggy line there? That's going to tell us we're on profile again. So we'll be good. We'll be good. It's a little problem. A little small problem. You can see the spoilers hanging out there. Yeah. You can see how the guts inside it. I love that. Ah, look at that. How cool is that? That's how well it's modelled. I feel that I'm leaving the icing on unnecessarily, but I don't know, it's procedures, isn't it? Let's leave it on, because if the shit hits the fan, we're going to forget. Possibly, you know? So go to you. And I think to get rid of that message there again, I hit clear here. That will clear it all there. It's kind of insane about the speed brake, that's fine. Right. – 16,000 feet now. And we're going into the sun. It's quite blinding, actually. It is bizarre. Let me just get that back again. Can I do that again? See the way I love the way it accentuates the cockpit, right? But then I look outside, the cockpit goes dark and you can see outside. See how well they've done? Do you know, they've done such a good job. You know, Sobo. Sobo are to be long remembered for this, folks. Anything they make, I'm going to buy. Plane FX, how are you? $14,000 feet now. So just as well for my little calculation, isn't it? You know, multiply your cruise by 3. You know, remove the 2 zeros, and remove your height for your VOR, which is 2,500 if I remember correctly. Let me just double check that now, because I had a feeling that wasn't quite right. Yeah, it's 2,500. Great. Nice. No soup yet, folks. And Alt 1. Passengers there. Obviously that looks like a very tall person. So let's get down here. There we go. There we go. base. Oh, brakes are off now. Let's get back onto profile. Going back to manage mode. Boom. There we go. Manage mode now. As you can see there, we've just gone below. See that dot there I spotted there? So that's the profile we want. Now we're back on profile. A little bit low, but it'll fix it. And as you can see here, that's the arrow there I was looking for earlier on. Because we're too high. And this little zigzaggy blue is where we're going to be back on profile. So now we're back on profile. Happy days. And we're going to make our constraint of 7,000 feet, it looks like. So we're all good. Happy days. Let's get ready for approach. So how many miles out are we? 30 miles. Oh, look good. Let's have a look at the chat. Windutch is with us. Can I get Discord again, please? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. That's a Twitch. Boom. Discord. If you don't know what Discord is, it's a great tool for if you're into any computer game or anything actually. You know, what's coming out new? I'm having a problem with something. It's bloody support, really, and everyone helps each other out. Just be sure to give something back if you can. Do you know? It's great. Everyone's really polite. I'm just looking at here now, and everyone's there, and brilliant. So I'm going to put that in there for you. Oh, thank you, Lonely Reaper. I put it in there, so there you go. Now you can't miss it. And Clubby put it in again there as well. Good. So there's Discord. Happy days. Thank you, Lonely Reaper. Lonely Reaper is also one of our most honoured moderators, folks. Thank you, Lonely Reaper. I appreciate it. Happy days. So, there's the problem. I was at one stage, if you remember, I couldn't fix it. It's like, what's going on? I don't know what's happening. And now, the more you fly it, the more things go wrong, the more things to fix, you know. But you know what? That's and lassies, right? That's and lassies. If I go to LCDU menu here and I go to config, I think it's config. I gotta get into the failures at some point and start playing with them. You know? The one I'm interested in is engine failure, so I think it's only fair. I think people want to see the 737 now as well, don't you? So maybe I'll do the 737. And then when I come back to this, we'll do the engine failures and stuff, you know? We'll go below our... Oh yeah, that's a restriction, okay. Right, I'm just keeping an eye here. So we can play with that then as well, you know? That's going to be interesting. You can have random failures as well. You know? Trigger random. So that's going to be a bit of fun. I'll be adding power, please. Oh, we're going to keep our restriction of 2,000 feet. Just a better. Jesus. We're not in range yet. We are 27 miles out. Let's configure our activate approach face to slow us down. Approach face is activated. And let's get ready. We're at 4,000 feet now. We're going to turn after this to the right, join the ILS, and then we come into Riga, which I have not been to before, I don't think. And I think, have I been to Riga before? I don't think so. We're going in now, folks. Let's look at the fuel here. It's all good. Yeah, my mouse is gone. Oh, okay. Mouse is back. So I've got the icing on. I'm going to leave it on. Lonely Ripper says you haven't modded me yet. I thought you were a moderator. Are you not a moderator? How do I set you to be a moderator? I have to go into the main thing to set you as a moderator. I remember saying this before. And why won't it Oh, no, it's got that annoying window now. Go back. How can I set you as a moderator? Follow. Answer messages, timemates. Why aren't you a moderator? You should be able to do it. Like in YouTube, you can just do it straight away. Okay, I better concentrate on this, Lonely Reaper. Sorry, man. No, I can't get rid of the... I can't get rid of the thing it has there. No, I can't read the chat. Why? Why do they do this to me? How do I get rid of that window? Oh, it's here. No, I don't want to ban you. Oh my god, I nearly banned Ordak. I don't want to time you out either. I want to get rid of the message on the screen. I'll show you here. Oh god. Okay, let's go to QNH here and fly this thing. 1006. Come on. This drives me mad as well. 1006. QNH is set. 1006 3 times. Okay, good. We're 17 miles out now. So I've got to get ready. Oh, it's cleared itself now. Okay, maybe it goes away after a while. So Lonely Reaper, I gotta get back into that and add you. I thought I added you there, I didn't. So that has to happen. If you wanted to. Did you get the invite there? Does that work for you? Okay, we are now... I gotta concentrate on this now. 15 miles to go. Let's get my checklist ready. ND rage reduce. I've done that. Constraints are active. QNH and approach mode is done. Confirm ILS frequency and approach course. Let's do that. I've got 4 miles to go. We are 111.1, 11.1. Final approach course is 176. 176, and that's fine. That's good. Okay, here we go. We're into the soup now, folks. We're going to go into the soup. Now we're going to take a right turn. And I'm going to start the recorder. I'm going to look over now, Clappy D. Clappy D, you know what? Keep reminding me, because you know what? The day I forget is the day you'll remind me. Flight is being recorded for the landing. So you can see my shame. I'm going to do the turnaround. It's like to be a moderator for you. Great. Good. Okay, sorry, I mumble. 11 miles out. Let's get configured early. Why are we going so fast? 10 flaps. Let's arm approach mode. Approach mode is armed. We've got 10 flaps now. We're slowing down. 10.3 miles to go. Good stuff. Right. Require 10 miles, flaps 1. Go around altitude set. Go around altitude is 2,500 feet, isn't it? Let's double check the go around altitude. Go around altitude 2,500. Good, that's fine, that's set. Flaps 2. Gear down and flaps 2. They're coming down. Let's get some lights on. And we're getting ready for our approach.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be landing shortly. Please ensure your seat and tables is in the upright position and your face...
Landing gear down, auto brake. Yes, let's get the spoilers armed. Auto brake on.
If your baby is screaming during the approach, please ensure they are stored in the soundproof overhead locker.
Disconnect the autopilot now. Flaps 3.
Thank you for taking a massive risk during this mostly dangerous flight.
Autopilot off. I now a manual. S is more. I'm going to concentrate now a bit. Less is more. Get that camera on for the controls. Slow with the nose just ever so slightly. I want about 600 feet a minute, but now I'll need about 1,000 to get back on it, maybe 800. Very subtle. Very subtle. More, a bit 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 more. Come on, down you go, down you go, down you go, down you go. 3 greens. Auto brake set, and the spoilers are armed. We got all the lights on. Now go back to 6. Well, up we go. There we go. We've got a wind from the right, 23 knots. So let's say that'll be wind about 10 knots. Crosswind. 4.1 miles to go now. Let's get my view set up. This is more. Barely touching the controls, you see. It's that windy. feet.
$1,000.
1,000 feet to the ground.
Speed, speed, speed.
No.
Speed, speed, speed.
Full flaps now.
Speed, speed, speed. Speed, speed, speed.
The speed is fine. No, it's not. No, it's not fine. Going around. That's happened again now. Right? I looked, the speed is actually 130, under 120 at one point, and that is messed up. So that was icing somehow. That's what happened yesterday. Okay, so we're gonna have to go around. Bugger. So we're going around. That was odd, wasn't it? I'm going up to 2,500 feet, and we're going to turn onto downwind. Radar vectors. So, yeah, it started going on about speed. And it's... Why is it a bug? Let's examine it. Let's get downwind first and examine that, right? Let's level off here, 2.5. So we're having problems with it. It's like the pedo tube, because I tell you why I know that, right? I looked here and I saw the speed 140. This is at 120 something. The TAS, right? So that's too much of a difference, no? You don't have token power on. Flying power, just resetting it. Is it me? You know, am I doing something sitting here? Down to my altitude base. Now we're at 176, so we're having that same problem, folks. Look here. 170, and that's stuck at 140, or just under 140. See that? That's the second time that's happened now. Is it? Do I need to put this on? The pedo, you know? And that didn't work to me the last day. You know, so it's like there's a bug. So we're going to have to get rid of the auto throttle. Oh, the auto throttle's off. No wonder. Let's see what happens here with the auto throttle on. See, that's not going to read anything proper with the auto throttle. You know, that's not going to work for me because it's not reading the right speed. So I'm going to take the power back to about 60%. So we're in guessing game here again, folks. And of course, I didn't memorize my message for the ride. I'm going to leave one stage to flap down. So speed is busted again. Let's get back to 2,500 feet now. We're high enough. I'm going to leave one stage flaps down. Okay. That's the way it wants to play it. That's fine. That's just fine. Now pay attention now to the speed tape here. That ain't moving. And have a look up here. 200 knots. With the TAS. I'm going to have to use the TAS, folks. And there's not much difference between the TAS and our indicator at low speeds and at lower altitudes, is there? Do you know? So we're going to come out. Oh, we'll keep going this way. Okay. So that's a bit of a bummer. I would love a heading book here. I'm going to have to do it manually now. But let's not get distracted. That's just going to distract me. Playing with the heading book. So once again, folks, if anyone knows what's going on here, is it just me? Is it just me? Or is that happening to everybody else? It's like it's picking up the icing for the pitot tube, which is correct, but it's the icing's on. That's the only thing I can think of right now, to be honest with you. Let's see if we can use this heading book here. There we go. I just want the bug, really. There we go. We are now at 230 knots. So effectively, this means it's what happened yesterday. Right? Is that it's reading just under 140 knots. So if I put full flaps down, it's going to give out, right? Because it thinks we're going at 140 knots. You know? So how can I take those warnings away? That's the issue. 226 knots. So I'm going to take it down to a little bit uneven now with the engines. It's so slight with the throttle. It's just a 60% there. %, 59 will do. I want to get 140 knots on final. So can I disconnect all the warnings with regards to the flaps and speed? Probably not, because I tried this the last time. This doesn't work here for us. You know, flap mode, maybe that'll help. Flaps 3. But I don't know about the rest of the warnings. So speed tape is stuck again. 200 knots now. 205 knots, that's fine. Let's turn in now. We'll turn in for the ILS. I get good practice at manual flying today, folks. I will give you that much. Yeah, it's very stable actually. Once you get the speed, that's 184, that's fine. I've got 10 flaps down. Everything's still armed, all the lights are still on. It's only one person, so, you know. So I can only presume we're going to have the same problem on the way back. Do you know? Now, where are we? Here it is there. So Okay, we're going to turn in now shortly for final. The VOR, we need to keep going straight here for a bit. We're not in range yet. And as the crow flies, it looks like... Is the flight plan gone? I would say it has. Yeah, it's all gone now. I could do... Why isn't it... do I have to hit approach mode again? I think I do when I go around, do I? No. It ain't asking for it. So... There we go, we got our stuff back here now. Okay, what's our speed? I have to do this manually now, I gotta pay attention. 174, let's kick back the little power back a little bit. To 50%. See what that gives us. I'm gonna have to ignore the chat now for a little bit, folks. One has got to concentrate. Come on, Gripperson, keep your altitude. What are we now? We're at 160 knots. Okay, let's use that there to get to our 2,500 feet. Can't trust the speed check. 145 knots now with the TAS. Approach mode isn't going to work either, I presume. Where's this ILS though? No, I took off too much power there, didn't I? Took off too much power. No, I took off way too much power. Up to 38 knots then, got too slow. Very quickly went very slow there. Let's get stabilized here. There's the ILS. No, it ain't. That flight director's not giving me correct readings, I can tell you that much. Why aren't I getting the... I mean, I've got to be close enough now to get a reading from the ILS, surely. You know? Has it forgotten RadNav? Yes, it has. 111.1. 111.0. No. Decimal 1. There we go. Okay, coming down. Got one flap set already. Flaps 2. Speed here now, 149 knots. Let's see if that there, the flaps slows down. I'd go around again now in reality, wouldn't you? But this one I'm going to pop it in. I'm going to pop it in. Flaps 3. Turn. Flight like it's donut now at this point. Where's the wind coming from? From the right. I'll get it in with half scale. Yeah, flight tractors. Shit. Goes down. Speed is 160 knots, full flaps now. Oh, a big lift. Big nose up attitude. Let's get that sorted. Let's stop that radar to set now. 170 knots, take some power off. Everything's screwed up on me now. I've only got the ILS. Forget about the flight director now. That's another nonsense.
1,000.
1,000 feet to go. Well, wind blow me onto it. There we go. Settle down now.
$500. Speed, speed, speed. Speed, speed, speed.
Oh, it just dies on you immediately.
Speed, speed, speed.
It's not stable at all.
Speed, speed.
Come on, accelerate.
500.
Now the airspeed's alive again. Runway in sight.
Tank rate. Pull up.
Oh.
Pull
Let's see
up.
if we can. Let's see if we can fix it.
50.
Can we fix it?
40. 30.
Straight
20.
away.
Retard. 5. Retard.
And reverse thrust. Nah, that would have been another go round for sure. But I tell you, what really was annoying me was that flight director. So the speed's back now. So is it the icing? And the temperature's probably... Are we going to stop or what? Wow. That was difficult. It was a pain in the ass as well though. So, you know, brakes, flaps. That was a pain in the neck. I didn't want to have happened what happened now. I would have gone around reality, wouldn't you? Absolutely, you would have gone around again. You know, because you're only getting warmed up there. But the thing that really caught me off guard was I wanted a bug. You know, here, I don't think this is the best way to do it. I'm used to the Garmin 1000 at the minute, but I wanted a bug so I could gauge the crosswind there. And usually I just get it right. So if I have that heading and I change it as I go, but I have got a button to use with my hand, you know. And I can't be going over here flicking with this thing. So, so there was icing on the probe, but, you know, it's not working. Is all I'll say. Do you know? All I'll say is it's not working. Let's come to a halt here and clean up and do what we said we'd do. Oh dear. It's very displeasing, isn't it? Let's get all the radars and stuff off. And the brakes are off. Flaps are up. We've disarmed the spoilers. We want to switch off our landing lights. We want to turn right taxi light. Grand. And let's just park up here and see if we can get a gate for parking. Now let's see. I'm dreading. We're going to park it up, right? We're going to park it up. And we're going to do the replay, right? And then we're going to do the turnaround, hopefully. Well, we're definitely doing a turnaround, right? Either way. So let's put the APU on. And taxi back, folks. That's one of our boys. So it's kind of snowing here. So the airspeed did come back in the end. But am I doing something wrong there? You know, should the Pro Heat be actually on like this? Or should it be auto? Do you know? But it was on, wasn't it? So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm really... The next thing I'm going to get, folks, right? The next thing I'm going to get is... Now, I'm furious with Real Sim Gear because their switches won't work. There's a lovely button I have up here with the Real Sim Gear. I don't know if you've seen it. Let me show you here. Let me show you here. I would love the following. Where is it? Yeah. Look at this here, right? This thing costs a lot of money. And it won't work. All I want right? Because for that instant there, I would have my heading select button here. Where's it going now? Why isn't that working? Oh yeah, it's on the wrong thing. See here. If I zoom in here now. Where's the heading select button gone? I want to do that. What's on auto there? And now it's not working. Well, it won't work anyway, right? Did you see this button here? See the little arrow here? Right? That's where I just want to use that on final approach so I can gauge the crosswind and where to steer with the drift, you see? And I can't get to it. So, long story short is I want to get one of those. You can get one for the Airbus. You can get these bits here, you know, bit by bit. You don't have to get the whole lot. This bit here and this bit here would be great. Even this bit here if it wasn't expensive. So I can get rid of those pesky oral warnings, you know? It should be nice. So, yeah, well, we got it down. We got it down. So we're going to park up here and we're going to take it back to Helsinki. I'm just trying to avoid all these trucks and stuff here. We'll park it up ahead here. Is there space up ahead here? Oh, it's not a... I thought I bought the scenery, folks. I thought I bought it. So we'll just park it in nose up here. And we'll have a look at the replay. There we go. Halt, park and brake, own. And before we switch the engines off, we're going to have a look at the replay. Let's have a look at your comments there just for the moment. Let's see what you were saying there. Oh, Lonely Reaper, I didn't hear the bing bong there. I must have been concentrating very heavily in that ILS. He gifted a sub tier 1 to Windage. Thank you very much, Lonely Reaper. That's very generous of you. Windage followed there as well earlier on, as well as Matthew. Nice one, folks. I'm just looking at Twitch here. I blame the iScripper sim. iScripper for all. Do you not have the Cytec Logitech autopilot panel? I do. You know, I do have the autopilot panel, and you know that gives me trouble. Let me see if that'll work, because that's giving me problems. I was playing with this already. Now I know you're going to direct me to SPAD next. Let's see if that works, because I actually didn't think of that just there, and it did one day. Heading. Let's see if that works. No. Force even. No. No, it doesn't even light up anymore. It doesn't even light up. Oh, it does the flaps alright, so it is working, but there's no display on it. You can see it here, the autopilot panel. You can see it there. But if I put it on heading here now, the heading bug won't work. So it will in some, and it won't, you know. There's the bug there, see? So I don't know, lads. I don't know. Else I can use. Anyway, parker brake is on. Let's have a look at the other chat there before we have a look at the replay. Let's have a look at YouTube. Cherokee says Pro Heat is on permanently when in auto. No need to put it on. Okay. Good morning, Racing Salmon. Greetings to you. Oh, hang on, I'm reading something here. If I may, I just go inside here. I'm just reading Cherokee's. Cherokee's saying switch off the ADR1 button. It's the overhead panel, ADR1. What rings a bell here? Here. Switch off ADR1. It's on the overhead panel. That'll switch off the airspeed feed, which shows your incorrect speed. Then, and very important, turn standby ADR to captain. That's done by rotating. To captain. CAP. I don't know what you mean by captain. I'm looking here, Cherokee, at Rotary switch. Rotary switch. Am I looking at the right place? There's ADR 1. Switch off ADR 1. That's on the overhead panel. I'll switch off airspeed feed, which shows your incorrect speed. Then, and very important, turn standby ADR to capped. No, is this it? No. Will we look at that in the way? Will you remind me in the way back there, Cherokee? Pro Pete is permanently on, yeah. That's what I thought, you know. I thought Pro Pete was just, you know, I don't know why you have to press it that. But look, maybe it's a backup. But that seems to be the problem, because that was as is now, except I had the icing on, you know, I don't know. But let's see that in the way back, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to have to replay. And we're going to investigate that. Let's stop recording. And let's take with the engines on. Replay. Pause replay. Resume replay. Let's look outside.
Too low. Terrain.
It's going to go crazy inside. It was not. It was definitely a go around, unstable approach. But I just thought I'd throw it in. Manual practice would not be a good idea, you know, and I never do manual. The only time I've done manual is yesterday and today. I was going to go off there. But I wouldn't let it land until I got it on the runway. There we go. It's actually a smooth enough landing, though. Which is ironic, considering the approach. And goes in reverse. Let's see what it looks like from the passenger's point of view. Let's see how scary it was for the passengers. Pause replay. Oh yeah, there's real stuff up here. This is really unstable now, this bit. Let's see what it looked like from the passengers. Let's go to the cockpit then. Hit control, Alt 1. Let's get our view set up here. And resume replay. It looks like the sparks coming up from the engine there. To me at least. I love the way you can see the rain. It's thick and it's thin, it's thick and it's thin. It's just stunning. Very ominous and dark on the way down. You can almost see those snow showers. It just looks stunning. I can't do anything about those sounds. That's the simulator going crazy because I can't record everything properly. It doesn't look too unstable here, does it? You know? Oh, here's a big turn to the right here, look. I don't think the passengers would have noticed. What do you say? Except for that little turn there. There we go. There we go. One more. One more for shits and giggles. From a different angle. Yeah, that was very dangerous, wasn't it? Very naughty. But we didn't die. Captain probably lost his job there. Or back to retraining, I think. Not quite on the central line. Okay, let's clarify that with Cherokee there. While it's fresh in our heads, let's go back to terminal. Put my feet on the brakes because we know it goes crazy. Stop replay. Ah! Why does it do this? Why does it do this? If I hit the right button now, it's going to go crazy. Why does it keep doing this? It's driving me absolutely nuts. It's had full power. Oh. Replay. I really need to work on the replay. Let's pop it down at the gate here. Hopefully it'll reset. I'll have to realign the INS there and all that kind of stuff, which we'll do. Right? Why? Yeah, don't move. Parking brake is on. No. Why are you at full power now? Stop it. Okay, so let's switch the APUs on. Right, we're going to clarify that. The APU's on, so we can now switch the engines off. Right, I'm going to turn off the INS there. I'm going to go on to external power. There's no need, is there, to go into the external power? No. Switch off. On. Well, we can do it without having to wait. Now, let's see what Cherokee was saying here. Right. What is that? Was that the damn gate? Oh yeah, great. Yeah. Really? 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 Come on. I want to get the getaway there because it's going to drive us mad. Ground services. Go away. It doesn't click or anything? Go away. I'll close the door there. We'll just have to live with it. Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna have to do it again. Hang on. Oh, what are you going on to? Why are you doing this to me? The gate's gone. Okay. Great. Okay, it worked. Now, I was looking at the right place, Cherokee was saying, alright? So, he said to clarify. To sort your incorrect airspeed, read at 1. Turn the ADR rotary switch on the overhead panel to off. Okay. Yes, you were looking at the right correct switch. 2. Now replace the bad airspeed feed with the feed from the standby probes. I don't know about standby probes. So switch him off. Right. Now replace the bad airspeed feed with the feed from the standby pitot hoops. That's done by look down at the 4 rotary switches on the central pedestal. Just forward of the thrust levers. Yes, this is something I don't know about. Attitude heading. Attitude air data, EFHS, ecom. Thank you very much for the bing bing. That was from Colonel Tuff. Colonel Tuff. I like it. Greetings, Colonel Tuff. I think it's Colonel Tuff. Or Camel Tuff. I'll take it as Colonel. So what are we saying here? The second from the left, ADR pack. Capped. Turn that to the left to the cap word. Is it Control 1 to look down at that? Yeah. Okay, I have to learn about this stuff here now. Air data. I have to. Okay, so I'm onto something. I'm going to write that down. He's got to get the time to look into this. This would be used in real life. E.g., you had a bird strike if you had a bird strike and the bird ripped off the captain's pitot tubes, you would then use a standby feed in place of the damaged captain's probe. Oh, great, this is the stuff now I need to learn now, isn't it? No. But which one? What's the subject, Cherokee? When I search for this, what's the subject? I'll look it up. But I need the time. Okay, so we're on to something there then. Thank you very much, Cherokee. That's great. So we'll try that on the way in, and you can direct me if you're still here, okay? Please God. Right, so done the replay. Let's see if we can do the turnaround. Now, we've done pretty much what I was thinking, right? So we've got the APU on. Autopilot AP off. Yeah, it's off. Oh, I need to clear that now, don't I? Grand, okay. So now let's look to the flight plan. Great, so maybe all I needed to do is reset. Now, there's a proper way of doing this, and there's a guessing way to do this. Alright, so let's just see if we can get the flight plan in. But let's do the flight plan first, shall we, for the way back. That won't take long at all. I should really close that door, but we need some fresh air after all the passengers sweating it because they're so nervous. Okay, so let's go to init. Oh no, let's do the flight plan first. Come on, flight plan, don't be shy. Where are you? There you are there. Okay. I'll this here. Yeah. You flight. Here's my pen. We are going from Echo Victor Romeo Alpha to Echo Foxtrot Hotel Kilo, Helsinki. Good. So new flight. Oh no! Don't generate the you fool. Slow down. Depart. Echo Victor Romeo Alpha. We're going to arrive in Echo Foxtrot Hotel Kilo. Good, good, good. Don't worry about the latest times. Airbus A320. Boom. Let's just check that out. Pretty much. That looks okay to me. That is something I've seen, but no, that's fine. Okay, good. We'll keep it simple for the moment. Let's generate that. Oh, let's put on some extra fuel, folks, for the chaos that's going to ensue. Let's put on an extra 3 tons, just in case. Because I have a feeling on the way back, I'm not going to let that go, right? I want to keep the stream going at the same time, but at the end of the stream, I don't mind. You know, I'll just keep going until I get it right. It's going to bug the hell out of me and I won't sleep tonight. You know? So, on the way back, it's going to happen again. And we're going to follow Cherokee's and we're going to follow his instructions and I'm going to do it in the cruise. Okay, so we got a flight plan, please. This is what's important here. For now, the flight level is 31,000 feet. Flight level 310. Okay. Hopping into the cockpit. Let's reload the weather and whatnot. Let's go to my flight. Go on. Let's go back to here. Re-import next flight. Boom. EVRA. There we go. Cancel. EVRA to Echo. I'd just like to check this again. Don't want to end up in the wrong place. That's going to be embarrassing. Good. So that's looking good. And this will be a first for Gripper Sim if this works. And we will all cheer. And I'll be pleased. Go on. Yes. So all I needed to do was switch the engines off with the APU on. I think. Now I did reset the, you know, all the other stuff. So I'm going to do this pretty quick, okay? 31,000 feet. 310. Boom. Okay, let us have a look at our init. Done. Flight plan. Our departure is going to be, so say, we're going to depart from 18. We're coming into 22 left. Our departure is going to be SOKVA2F. Our arrival is INT O or 5A. I have it always drops a digit there. So we're coming out of runway 18. I'm going to have to. Why did you do that, Cooperson? Let's scroll down here to the bottom. OK. V2 Foxtrot. It's dropped the alpha there for some reason. I don't know why. There we go. Insert and our arrival. Arrival into runway 22 left. 22 left. And our instrument approachers IND. No, INTO or 5A. This is the one. Insert. Let's check that out, show. That our departure looks okay. Let's have a look at the arrival. I'm going to go to plan mode here. We get this thing up in the air as soon as we can, folks, right? I'm not going to flip around too much. No discontinuities. Of course, there's going to be something. There's a discontinuity there, so let's just delete him. No. Manual. Yeah, get rid of him. Yeah, I remember this. This could be interesting. We'll figure it out as we go, because we're going to be vectored in. That's why it says manual. So I'm clearing the manual, and then I'm going to clear the discontinuity. I remember this from before. Insert that. There we go. So that looks like to me a 10-mile final in there. That we might get away with that. I'm hoping. Okay, so good. I'm going to stick with that one. It's all about the adventure of making mistakes and fixing them, isn't it? So, okay, good. I'm going to be here for the Q&H. Okay, it's 1006. Great. Okay, back to the checklist. Let's hurry on up and get this. Let's get out of here. Gears check down. Flaps are retracted. Yes, they are. Spoilers are retracted. Yes, they are. Thrust is on to idle. Autopilot. Sorry. Yeah, parking brakes. You know what I did there. You know it. Parking brakes. Wipers are off. Yeah. Spoilers are retracted. Engine masters are both off. Yes, because I switched them off myself. Mode selector is good. Thrust levers are idle. Flaps are retracted. Anti-skid is on. I didn't switch it off. And landing gears check down. Fuel quantity check. We've got another couple of tons there. Battery master 1 or 2 are already on. That's fine. External power. We don't need it because we've got the APU started. Strobe to auto. Boom. ADRS, we've aligned those. Fire tests are fine. Instrument display brightness, I'm happy with that. Safety belt sign on. It is. No smoking sign to auto yet, that's fine. And emergency lights are still on for. Annunciator lights, we can test those, we've done that already. MCDU, let's get our stuff on weight and balance. I'm happy with the flight plan. Let's go to init page 1. That's all set. Let's go to flight plan. We've already checked the flight plan and we got rid of the discontinuities. RadNav, that's going to have our ILS frequencies from the way back if we need to get there pretty quickly. Init page 2. Now we're going to do a massive balance again. So let's load the passengers up here. Let's go to massive balance and load aircraft. Let's do it instantly. Dismiss, that's fine. We got 142 passengers. We've got our weights here. 58.7 I'm going to put in. 29.8. 58.7. 29.8. 58.7. At 29.58, 29.8, 59.8. That's it. That's good. Double check that again. 58.7. Great. Okay. Block fuel. We can have a little bit extra fuel. You know. On the way back. Come on. 3.6. Confirm that. That's good. Performance. Let's get our V speeds in here for departure. I think this is a short runway. We're going to go out here to departure. We are leaving runway 18. Yes, the surface is it though? I'm going to put wet and see what happens. Is it really? It's snowy, do you know? Flaps 1, force toga. No, we don't need to actually. Anti-ice is going to be, I think. What's the temperatures? Where are you? Where are they gone? There they are. -1. What you put on? Let's put it on. Wing and anti-ice packs are going to be on, and boom, and boom, and calculator V speeds. It's not going to ask for toga, I'm pretty sure. 136146. 136146. 136. 146. 146. And flaps 1 / up. It said 0.2. Let's double check that. Yeah. Up 0.2 and flex to temp is 46. Flex to temp is 46. 46. Boom. Happy days. Predicted wind shear is to come on. No, stop doing that. Boom. Cockpit doors closed and all that kind of stuff. Lock the door. Barometric reference is already set. Yes, ADR, that's fine. FCDO altitude 5,000 feet is the 5,000 feet. Good. Speed heading is a managed IRS aligned EFHS arc 10 miles. I'll leave it at 20. I'll leave it at 10 to hell with it. Flight directors are both on. We didn't switch them off. And APU mass is already on. Starter, crew oxygen supply still on. Fuel pumps, I didn't switch them off. They're still on. Air condition, that's fine. Navigation lights and the logo. APU, fine. External power off. We didn't use the external power. No, beacon light on, and it is. And engine mode selector. Let's get backed up and get out of here and back to our. Let's get back. This is fun. I like it. That's already disconnected. Is that not disconnected? Does it matter? Does it matter? No. Boom. See, pilots don't get paid for this bit. So, oh, it's stuck, Captain. The gate's stuck, Captain. You'll miss your slot now, Captain. And you're going to have to sit here for another 2 hours, I'm afraid, and then do the flight. Yeah. I don't imagine that would happen. Well, that's the life you went into. Ground power unit, we don't need you. Chocks and cones, we don't need you. I'm going to close the doors, please. And get rid of the jetway, please. No, sorry, Captain, it's broken. Oh, good. We fixed it. Oh, let's get the Tucker. Rock and brake off. Go on, Tucker. Oh, it's not there, isn't it? Well, start. There we go. There we go. We're going to have a bit of taxiing to do. It looks like. Let's start engine number 2. Boom, boom. And also, let's not make the same mistake. Checking the fuel. Looks good. Okay. So look outside and see where we are. Now, what I'm going to do is, when we get the other engine started here, right? I'm going to have to go and adjust the buttons. Either a treat or something. Because she's expecting me to be not on the sim now at the moment. Basically what I'm saying is she'll get upset. I'm sorry. you know, driving is demented. Engine number 2, engine number 1 now starting. Yeah. Everybody please turn your eyes away, please. Everyone please turn away. Now you can look back again. There we go. Starting up now. What's the best mode for MSF on Xbox? WeSim, see you later. So I must have missed you there. Cheddar key, second from the left. Dedicate what you used in real life, e.g. you had a breast. Yeah, we read that. Okay, great. And who's on Twitch here now? I don't want to ignore all the comments. Camel, we're taking off runway 18 here in Riga. Let's kick off number 2 now. Or number 1. I meant the second engine. Very bad terminology on my part. Engine number 1. Not the second engine, because you think that's engine number 2, won't you? Do you know? It's kicking off now. Let's get Navigraph charts out here. Now, while that engine's starting, folks, I won't be 2 minutes. All I'm going to do is just let producer buttons out for 2 seconds. Is that okay? Instead of me going to a break, I'll be back in 2 seconds. If anyone's wondering where I am, just let them know in the chat. What break is on? We'll come back. Yeah. Okay, but you want to go outside, of course. We'll come back in 2 seconds, folks. Just let the quiet. Sorry folks, I just, we're ready now to go again. I just wanted to refill my beverage here. Oh. Okay, I just want to refill my beverage there. And let's see, I just want to move forward a bit and get rid of the tug. I saw the tugs underneath me there. No, stop. Okay, that should do it. Okay, there we go. And is the tug moving off? Engine mode back to normal. Both engines are started and available. And we'll get rid of the APU bleed. And we can get rid of the APU now as well. We've got taxi now, so when we turn off, are they taxi or is that off? That's taxi there. Great. Landing light should have been off. What it is? That's very strange. Well, let me switch it off. Thought I could do both at the same time. Strobe is still on auto, beacons are on, and all look good. Right, okay. So let's move forward a bit, folks. Let's take the parking brake off and start taxiing. Let's go. Now, Cherokee, that's fascinating there, what you were saying. That's the kind of stuff that really interests me, because when I get these failures going, do you know, that's the stuff I need to know. Do you know? So we'll try that anyway, right? If you're still with us, we're going to try that regardless of what happens. And so that's a backup. So what does that read from? All that kind of stuff. Is it the GPS as well? Do you know? I have to take a left here first, do I? Or I have to take a left first, do I? Get out of the taxiway. Let's just hold up here now for a second. Because snow is giving us no real readings here. I'm just going to the taxi charts here. Taxi charts. Come on, come on, come on. Bump, bump, bump. All bump. Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, alright. Oh, producer buttons, please. She's stepping on the Xbox controller there. And she's playing with her toy. It's like having a dog, folks. Can I go down that way? Is there a taxiway down that way? Yes, it is. It's just the way the snow stopped all of a sudden there, isn't it? Is that our yellow line? The yellow brick road there? Yes, it is. Now, obviously, de-icing would all may have to happen, and you know, I really should have the icing on now. Do you know? I would assume when do you put on the icing? You know. Well, now where's the lights for the wings to see if there's any icing on the wing? Oh, I saw it there. Hang on. Saw icing there and a switch. At least I thought I did. No. Is there not a wing for anti-ice to see if there's any ice in the wing there? Yeah, Big Sky, right. I put the icing on there for the wings and engines. The Pro Heat should be on automatically, you know. Oh, the mouse is acting. Come on, let's go. Come on, Gripper Sim. Come on. Let's get rolling. Let's get rolling good and proper. Now, there we go. Now we're rolling good and proper. Just need to get that initial push, don't you? Who's up behind us there? Got Nori Reaper and Secret Viper. Secret Viper, welcome. You're on the A bus as well. Nice one. Nice one. Let's get ready for departure. Let us get this on here and the radar on. Jeez, buttons. I don't know what you're doing behind me, but it's awfully noisy. Taxi, yeah. Brakes for the rejection takeoff onto medium. Thank you. We leave that on TR8. That should be on standby there, and that should be off there and standby as well. Good stuff. Turn the wipers on, says Matt. Okay. Doesn't sound very nice. It sounds like it's scratching. It sounds like the wiper blade was, you know, it was actually put in, dipped in sand and put on. So the sound just freaks me out. So it's coming off. Do we need rain repellent? I don't know, but it seems to work. It clicks anyway. Oh, 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 oh. Dedicate gripper wing light is on next to the takeoff lights. Why can't I see it? Hang on. Wing light is next. Why can't I see that wing light? Runway turn off lights, landing lights, nose light, nav light, wing. Oh, it's right there. You dummy gripper sim. Wow, it's okay. Let's. We're clear to line up now and take off. Let's go to just TA and to transponder then onto on. Let's get on. Lights to come on. Let's get out of here. I love the snow. It's just so atmospheric, you know? It really isn't it? It's just so cool. It is very cool. Line up and wait. There's something else I'm going to check here now as well. Get a bit of extra when we're here. Good. There we go. Use everything I've got. There's something on my mind now. This little man at the back of my head screaming at me to do something. What was that? Oh yes, fuel. Fuel, yes please. That's good, fine. And also the controls. Flight controls and the trim was... That's what was screaming at me. Init data. See that man screens in the back of your head. Up to. There you go. Oh, that's down you. Up to. There we go. That's what it was. And we're all good to go. Ain't we? Okay. Let's go to... Have I got flaps in? No. I'm going to go to flex. We're going to add 50%. Good, good. And up to flex. Can't read that thing when I'm taxiing. Brakes hot. I love it. So the brakes were hot for my previous landing. That is really cool because I didn't put the brake fans on. I didn't check the temperature. See, all that stuff has to be done. 120 knots now. V1. Rotate. What's the rake gear up? That's a big subject actually. It's interesting. The brakes are too hot. Look. So, you know, you're supposed to check the brake temperatures. Let's go back to climb. 1500 feet, really. And stick on the autopilot. Disarm. Disarm the spoilers, and the brakes can come off as well. Can I put the brake fan on now inside when they're in it? That's another question, you know? Or is that going to fan the air and create a fire? Brakes hot. If max speed, brilliant. You see, this is why I want the Fenix. So I should have really put the brake fans on there, shouldn't I? But I was rushing to get back to do the next part of the thing. But this is stuff, you know, that's what I'll write into my checklist. Check the brake temperatures. Climbing good. We're on climb. We can switch off the runway turn off lights and the lights up there. And what else was there? Radars on. Flaps are to come. There we go. Flaps up. After takeoff checklist. Climbing nicely. Gears up, flaps are up. Yes, spoilers. Yep. Thrust is set to climb. Autopilot is activated and working as it should be. Nose light and runway turn off lights off. Takeoff checklist complete. So let's say we got a clearance up to 30,000 feet. Let's get to 30,000 feet. That was 31,000 feet. 31, please, not 49. Let's come on, move. 31. And Q and H to standard, passing 5,000 feet. So, if you're cleared to an altitude, you can set it to standard there. So we're on standard, we're climbing at 5,000 feet. Climb checks barometric preference is set to standard. Twice. I'm going to leave the one here for standard. Above 10,000 feet, then we've got to worry about ice. Let's leave it on. Safety belt sign. We'll switch that off. There we go. Now that's a straight leveling off 6,000 feet. And so we'll go outside. Now, Big Sky Right says, I love flying the A320. I think I'm going to love it even more now. You know, when I start creating problems and being able to fix them. Because no one else does that, do they? So I need to know my stuff. So, now, let me just switch off my camera if you don't mind while I have my little drink here. Boom, boom, and I'll be back in a minute. Boom. And Cherokee. Wing light is next to take. Let's have a look at the wing lights there now and the outside. There we go. There we go. I thought I saw it. See that light there, folks? See that light? Right? They have them with most twins that are what they're sought for anti-icing. Most aircraft. So you can ask. I guess that these, you could ask the stewardess to say, I can see the icing on the windows there. You know, you want to be able to see, or, you know, want to make sure it's working and all. I know I would. We had the asterisk, there was a mirror. Oh no, that was for the gear, I think. No, it wasn't a mirror. It was some clever way of checking. It was a light anyway. Also with these for anti-icing, if you look here, there's a little thing sticking out here. See that little thing sticking out? You can check that as well. See if there's any icing on it. You know, physically. So back to Cherokee. So, if you're still with us, Big Sky and Irish Coffee, yes. So, Cherokee. So what you were saying was, I'm going to switch ADR 1 off. Right? Then, after that, I'm going to come down here and switch one of these to captain. No, sorry folks, control 1 I wanted. Which one? Captain. Heading. Let's see if I can make sense of this. Heading. Altitude heading. Normal mode. Oh, hang on. Alright. Air data mode. Air data normal. That be the one? So let's see what happens when I switch this. So I've got the brake fans on and they're still hot. In the wheel well. So there's lots of oil and shit in there. You're going to get a fire, possibly. So how do you extinguish the wheel well, though? So many questions, folks. What if there's a fire in the wheel well? Wheel well. So, Cherokee, represent for your attention, the upper ECAM screen, the upper of the two central screens, is giving you actual Airbus checklist to follow in the event of hot brakes. I didn't read it properly, did I? Company message. Engineer, it's here. Brakes hot, if permits. Max speed 250. Landing gear down for cooling. Landing gear retraction. Okay, so we slow down to 250. Okay. So let's do that then. Can we do that in the climb? Let's try it. Push it towards me. Slowing down. No, I wouldn't recommend that in a climb, but let's just see what happens. So Cherokee says, so do do what the first line says. Then once you've done that action, the clear button will delete the line. Do what the next line says, etc, etc. Okay. Because if permits now, obviously, you know, we would have leveled off. Okay, let's just keep going. Right, we level off. Right, we lower the landing gear to cool it. We're going to slow down to 250 knots. No, we're below 250 now, so we're going to lower the landing gear. And let's see the temperatures. Okay, not lower. Here we go. So it's 410. Is that right? No, you would climb with the gear. I know you would climb with the gear now. Whoa, look at that temperature drop. Look at that temperature drop. Now that is quick. Okay, so let's take the gear back up then. It's in the green, so I presume that's okay. So let's take the gear back up. How cool is this? And let's go back to manage speed. Push it in. There we go. It's still hot. Okay, the wheel well itself. Is that the wheel well itself temperature? Okay, let's wait till we're in the cruise. If we're not in a real airplane. In a real airplane, just level off, lower the gear, and that shouldn't happen in the first place because I should have waited half an hour, you know, with the fan brakes on, I imagine. No, runway LS mismatch, so we're in trouble here for some reason. Okay, so that I understand that. Right. It's climbing very slowly, 400 feet a minute. What is that about? Is that the... let's see what that is. Is that the init? Is that the cost index? Let's change that to 55 and see. Okay, let's get ready for our arrival. 1003. Let's go to performance. Temperature. Temperature is -4 and -4, so bad, no more bad weather. Right. Magnetic wind is 180 at 4 knots. Transition level is 5,000 feet. Good. No, we're still climbing very slowly. What is going on today? Just like that? 500 feet a minute? Really? Second from the left, it says air data. There we go. So it's this one here, Cheddar Key. Okay, so do you know what... Okay, so the thing, Cheddar Key, right, is... first of all, we're going to get no reading. We're going to try this anyway, right? Going to get no reading here. And I think I did say it here as well, by the way. With the speed on both of them, I think it's a bug. Yeah, I'd have to leave Cheddar Key, right? I'd have to leave the gear down for a couple of minutes and straighten level flight, I'd imagine. You'd level off. Put the gear down, you know, and you put the gear down. And you know, you let them cool down. I understand that. As long as I know it now. I know I'm not doing it properly, but as long as I understand these things, it's done. Now, so we'll do it. Why are we going so slow though? Oh, now it's 1,800 feet a minute. Okay. Ah, it was restriction. That's why. It's because of the restrictions. Okay. It was a slow rate of climb because of the restrictions. Okay, that's fine. Brilliant. Okay. And I'm learning lots of things today. Great. Let's get the camera back. Boom. Don't need that. Where was I? That's the... And this big pressure's here, isn't it? Where was I? Now, so what we're going to do... Cedric, sorry to interrupt you there. Right, so... First of all, it was reading... It was stuck on boat yesterday. I presume that's the same today. But just for shits and giggles. When I have this failure. We're going to switch... I'm going to have to read up about this. I'm going to switch off the ADR1 here. This guy here to off. Do you switch this button or this one? You know? Right, that happens. And then I'm going to switch here to captain. I'm going to read up what that does, I guess. I have some information now that's with the Airbus I got, and I'm going to have to start reading that at some point if I ever get the bloody times. The time that kills me. I'll just have to get to it, really. 21,000 feet an hour, climbing 1,600 feet a minute. The climb checks. Barometric reference is set to standard on both. Above 10,000 feet, the landing lights have come off and retracted. Anti-ice as required. We'll switch them off. Safety belt sign, we'll switch that off. It was off anyway. Did I switch it off? I did. That's all good. Cruise, check ECAM. Yeah, check the weather. We've done that. Select approach. No, we haven't. We kind of have. But I saw an error message here before. It hasn't come back since. But let's have a look at our minimums here. Our minimums for Helsinki. Echo Foxtrot Hotel Kilo. Boom. We're going to be coming into ILS 22 left. Approach 22 left. Okay. Alright. Minimums. All of us. No visual range is another thing. 349. 349. No. Init. Oh, sorry, it's performance. What am I doing? Next phase. 3, 4, 9. Alright, those are minimums. We're going to be coming into match the platform. It's 3,000 feet. We haven't finished the climb yet, so 3,000 feet is our platform. There we go. Okay, so Jellicoe is saying, grab a second for the left is the air data. You have to leave the gear down for a few minutes. I got that. The rotary switch on the overhead is the one on the left. So this rotary switch here. Okay, so it's not that button, it's the rotary switch here. Okay. Excellent. Now we're moving. Let's go back to a cost index of 5 because it's a short flight, so let's not mess it up. 154 miles to go. That's what I'm looking for. That's when we start our descent. We're going to be 31, so that's 93, 90 nautical miles out. We should start descending. I'm not going to add the 10. I'm always been told to add the 10 miles. So I'm going to forgo the 10. It seems to be closer than it was a few days ago. Right, so yeah, so that's another little thing. I'm going to write this into my checklist here for the turnaround, things to check. So I have a list up here. Turnaround. I'm just writing some stuff down here. Some extra things to check would be brake temp. So at least when I get a proper checklist, you know. Well, it is a fine checklist, but it's getting really, look, it's ripped to bits, you know. it's kind of ripped up, you know. Let's see it there, and what happens is with just the buttons, you know, it gets to it as well as me, but it's fine. So I got little notes and stuff in here, so I'll print out another one day. And just put in neat notes along the side for the turnaround. So the brakes is one thing you need to check anyway. An abnormal checklist would be great as well, but I have to study up first, you know. For example, you know, I've got to think about how much it's burning per hour. Do you know how many gallons am I burning per hour? Fuel flow 1 and 2. There we go. Question answered. 41 kilograms an hour. Is that right? Fuel on board. So it's burning less and less now. We're leveled off. There we go. So kilograms. So how many kilograms have we got? 1,700. No, that's what we've burnt. So 2,400. So then, in that case, I could say, if I'm correct, Cheddar Key, I could just go, if I'm not too sure, I can get my calculator out here and go, oh my god, oh no, that's per minute. Oh, yeah, 39 per minute. So let's say 40 multiplied by the 60 minutes in an hour. So we're burning 2,400 per hour. Right, for 1 and 2. So we've got 2,400 all right, plus 700 on the tip tanks. Am I right? So we've an extra there of 1,400. You're on board to 6,200. 6,200, yeah. So that's interesting. It's good to know. And the hydraulics, of course, there's different sets: green, blue, and yellow. So I gotta know what they're feeding and what they're doing. Yellow, I presume, is right-hand side, green is left, and blue is center. Electrics as well. You know, how many volts should we have? What is DC power? What is the AC power? You know, generators. Bleed air. You know, let's say if I put on the APU here now, and then I'm going to put on the APU bleed, and we're going to see what happens here. That's the APU bleed, so that chart feed about the engines, just to see what the graphics give you, you know. It's just nice to experiment. We're going to start our descent soon. So I'm happy with the turnaround. Okay, I made a bit of a haste of it there after the replay. Oh, sorry, my face is massive. You could see what I was looking at there. So there's a lot to it. Still hot. We'll put them on the way down, will we? They'll cool down. We're not going to go in far. We're in the simulator. So I said, what did I say? 90 miles. 110 miles to go. And we're not going to be far off that, I think. You know, take another 15 miles off what we have. We're not going to be far off 90 miles at all. You know? Let's have a look at the chat here again. A Lonely Reaper says, Grip Sim, I figured out how to mod people. Oh, okay. So are you a moderator, Lonely Reaper? Are you a moderator? I have to set you as a moderator. And I know I've said that before, I'm sure of it. And I kind of get busy after the stream, do other things, you know. So let's put the APU bleed. Let's go back here to... where are we? Bleed air, bleed. There, right? So... let's see what happens with the bleed air on. Ah, the bleed comes on. It's open. It's going over here now. To the left side. So would that be a case when you're restarting the engine, you got to start on the... oh, it's both now, okay. Great. That makes perfect sense now. Well, a little bit of sense. It's just nice to see the graphics on it. Look at it, it's going to come off now. There we go. How good is that? Ram air. Is that from the rat, I'm guessing? Let's bleed. Let's clear everything there now. And let's start descending. We are at 97. Okay, so 96. Wait, we just added there now. Okay, 96. Okay, let's start our descent. Oops. Ah! I'm just looking at the Navigator double check here. 3,000 feet, 3,000 feet. We're set. Okay, now we're on our descent, folks. A little bit above, but that's okay. It was a bit late. The descent's about 90 miles out, worked out, you know. That's okay. It's no big deal. More drag. Yes. Well, yes. We're accelerating to the run on the nose there, so I'll put out the brakes nice and slowly. There we go. Brakes coming back in. And we're good in our profile. We've got 90 miles to go. Let's get ready for our descent. Let's get the passengers in their seats and all that kind of crack. Safety belt sign. The fun's over, folks. Fun is over.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be making our approach shortly. We ask
Set ACDU, FCDU altitude is finished. Safety belt sign is on anti-ice.
offering boarding shortly. Also, we would like to take this
We're
time
getting
to
to the
thank
clouds.
all of our subscribers
Or
and
we.
members for supporting our endeavors. If you are not a subscriber on Twitter or member on YouTube,
I want to leave the icing off now, but
in order to secure
let's see what happens if we leave it off, will we?
Thank you.
Lower 10,000 feet down, we want to go to 2 landing lights on, and then 5,000 feet is the transition. So, next step 10,000 feet. Let's have a look outside. I enjoyed doing the turnaround, folks, I have to say. You know, that was it's kind of interesting. Couple of figure out. I'm at 31,000 feet. Cameron is at. Only Uber just above flight level 240. Great, you're chatting amongst yourselves. Redeemed highlighted my message. I'm not a moderator, but I read that. All of you need to type me in mod. Oh, I'm not a moderator, but to set me on as one, all you need to do is type mod. Okay, let's do that then. Brilliant. Brilliant, Lonely Reaper. Thank you. You saved me. Let's see if this works here now. I did that, right? Lonely Reaper. Let's see if you're a moderator now. On YouTube there, I'm sorry lads, I missed some of your chats there. So up to Cheddar Key, second to left, yeah. Okay, Grip, what graphics card have you? That looks amazing. Actually, it's a 3080 Ti, but I had a 1080 Ti before, and the graphics were pretty much the same. No, was it 1080 or 2080? No, it was a 2080, I think. No, it was a 1080. And it ran fine. Now, what you're seeing with the graphics, right, Gabe, is you're seeing, this is a trick for making videos, by the way. You need a golden hour. Golden hour, everything looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it? But you know what? All you need is 30 frames a second. You don't need a fancy graphics card for Microsoft Flight Sim anymore. It's nice to have the extra power, you know, but I'm now at 30 frames a second. I've desynced it to 30 frames a second. It should be. I'll tell you now what I'm at now. Actually, do you know what I forgot to do, and you're going to shoot me for this? John Stubble subscribed. Greetings, John, on YouTube. How are you doing? Thanks for subscribing. I'm glad you're interested in the old Flight Sim. The more the merrier. Join our Discord. Just look up Clipper Sim. Now, one thing I forgot to do with the turnaround is the following. Where is it? Where is it? I've got so many windows up in here, folks. It ain't funny. Fly Live Studio. Oh, I'm sorry. I took you out there. Damn you, Fly Life Studio. So Fly Life Studio is, it's what I just do. It shows you where we're going to and where we're coming from. And I should have said this EVA, isn't it? Yeah, no. Echo Victor Romeo Alpha 2 Echo Foxtrot Hotel Kilo. Top, like, that's it. That just shows it at the top of the screen. Now, yeah, that's calculated. So our frames a second. See the frame rate there? $30 frames. When you're watching your favourite movies, it's 24 point something frames a second. So that's sticking out at 30. So just to prove to you, you don't need a fancy graphics card anymore, at least on Flight Simulator. And most things in PCs, thankfully, you know, guys, hardware is catching up. Because I remember the days where it was infuriating for me that the... I'll look inside here first to make sure everything's going as it should be. Yeah. 54 miles to go. So I remember the days where, you know, I had Flight Sim 98, and Flight Sim 98 came out. If you don't mind, I'm just going to take my face off for a moment. When Flight Sim 98 came out, I'll come back in a minute. When Flight Sim 98 came out, I was like, oh, it's fantastic, but my computer wouldn't handle it. I just couldn't do it, you know. It was choppy. It was like 1 frame a second. And you could never get it up to full spec, so you had to get another PC. If you were lucky enough to get one, so you'd save another PC, and you'd never get the full effect of the graphics, and it was still choppy. But it would work much better. The graphics were better. Then, of course, the next version of Microsoft Flight Sim, when I came out, the same thing would happen again. And other titles, for that matter. You know? So now you can buy a relatively good PC, and it'll last you for 6 to 8 years, no? You know, so the hardware's really caught up. The colours are nice, aren't they? Another thing to make it look good, actually, if I hit Alt F3 here, not Alt F4, Alt F3, don't hit Alt F4. Okay, let me just tell everyone here about that. Whatever you do, don't hit Alt F4, it'll shut down your program, as I discovered last night. Yeah. If I hit Alt F3 here, it brings up the gain filter. Only, however, if you have a NVIDIA card, right? So I'm going to switch this off now. It's a little bit, you know, dull-ish, you know. But I had a filter here. Ooh. Just that ever so bright. So another one here. That's off. So that's standard Microsoft, and this is the filters on. So you add filters and play around with it, and you can just get just a little bit, just that little bit kind of, a little bit. Jesus. Okay. All right. 1986 computer Flight Sim, huh? So there you go. So you know, you can play around with the colours. I have to tell you, it's a little bit orange. You know, I don't like the orange. Why is it so orange? Now, I said at 10,000 feet, I would just have a little bit of a few things to do. Great, Lonely Reaper, that worked. Delighted. Thank you so much for telling me how to do that. It saved me a bit of time. What else? Careful now. Coffee D says careful now. Cheers, Grip, much appreciated. Gabe, any questions? A good question. Now, okay, so I said 10,000 feet. We're 12,000 feet now. Look at that view out there. What is that? Going into Helsinki, folks. Helsinki in Finland. Finland, the only place to be. Finland is actually a very advanced country, especially with their education. and a lot of European companies, and with their work practices. You know, for example, the kids, they don't get homework, right? The kids don't get homework, full stop. They just, no, because they believe the kid, you know, you're allowed to be a kid. You want to play with your friends, and they think it's more important to socialise in your free time than fucking studying. Excuse me for cursing there, but it's just ridiculous over here. So they don't get homework, right? Also, they go into school and they go, what would you like to do, little Johnny, today? I'd like to paint an elephant. Great. Let's paint an elephant, little Johnny. And they paint little elephants all day. And what happens is the kids find interests as they go through the schooling system. They go, well, I'm interested in electronics. And they go, okay, well, let's sort that out there. And they go into school and they research electronics, kids. And the teachers kind of guide them along. And the other kid, you know, Toby, would like to be a carpenter. So they go, great. Well, do you want to play with carpentry? He goes, yeah. And they love it. They do it in their spare time. And they become very intelligent citizens. Where we're slaves at school, practically, having to do homework and study hours at a time. And the Finns are well aware of all you're doing. They're well aware of the old schooling system, where it's you know, it's from the business leaders. There's 8,000 feet there. It's from the business leaders. They wanted good workers, didn't they? And we're still stuck with the Industrial Revolution school system. Think about it. Bell rings, stand up. Bell rings, you know. Bell rings, you know. You start your class. You better be quick. You know, teacher comes in, you stand up, and then sit down. Yeah. So that's what happens there. We're turning on downwind now. LS is on. Let's confirm the frequency. Ooh, do I see an issue? The frequency is 110.3. That's a problem. 110.3. And the approach course is 218. Let's make sure I have the right plate here. Echo Foxtrot. Yeah, Helsinki. 218. 218. That goes up there, doesn't it? 110.3, 110.3. Okay, we're good. We're 9.1 miles out as the crow flies. That's what that message was for before. And you know what? It's getting choppy now. The frames are dying on me. Pass the speed. Messed up. Yes. Speed is gone again, folks. Okay? Speed is gone again. So this is a big... Why is this happening? In this part, look, our TAS is 229. We should be up here. So let's do it. What? And here as well, here's a shutter key. So it's both of them. Right? So let's do what you said. Nav off. Nav lost the autopilot. Shit. No, that's not good. Shit, I've lost everything now. No. No, I want it on. Oh, that's should be on. That wasn't a good idea. I'm gonna have to check it in manually. Quarter. Oh, shit. Mouse. Let's get choppy. I'm not going to fly around this part of the world again, folks. I'll tell you why. I think it's riddled with bugs. Do you know what I mean? Okay, we're back. We're back in the game. Okay. That wasn't good. But the speed screwed up, so I'm going to have to take over manually anyway. Let me just get this recorder going before I have conniption. Recorder's on. My camera, face cam, on. It's going to screw up again. Speeds aren't correct. Flaps 1. Just buttons is kicking off as well. Yeah, it's getting very choppy in this part of the world. This happened yesterday as well. I don't know why. Yeah, it's going to kick off at some point. You see, because I was chatting, that's going to screw it up as well. But you, just press the goddamn button. So it's gone nuts there. 003. Let's see how it does. Ah! No! It's gone really choppy, folks. Oh, this is like awful. Is it actually intercepting it? Oh, the speed's okay. Actually, I don't know if the speed's okay now. The speed's okay. Maybe I reset something. I don't know. We're coming down. Next stage of flaps. We're all right. It's just a bit choppy is all. Which is going to make it harder to land. I'm going to blame something here. T-class fault. GPU straight. Okay, yeah, that was because I switched off the
2,500.
Thank you, Clappity. So we're looking good here now. We got the. I think maybe resetting that fixed it. I don't know. Great. Easy peasy. Let's get some lights on and stuff. Nose light. Arm stuff. On the brakes. Oh, it's choppy. So much for the performance. This happened to us last night, didn't it? Landing checklist. Okay, we got landing gear down, we got the other brake set, we got the nose light to take off, we got the runway lights on, we got the spoilers armed, landing gear is down. Flaps 3 then, we're going to go to flaps full. Flaps 3 now. I'm doing this manual, there's a big nose up. And I said I'm going to take off the autopilot, didn't I? Okay, let's get ready for that. Flaps full. I'm going to disconnect the autopilot now. No, that's on. That's off. It's going to be tricky because the frames have died. Coming down nicely. TCAS fault, don't worry about that. A little bit high. Jeez, this is going to jump my left. I can see her. Get over here. It's going to be very difficult to land. I've never seen Microsoft Flight Sim do this to me. I've been told if after 2 hours or so this happens. But I did a flight for like, what was it, 13 hours one day? On a smaller aircraft. This is going to be really tricky. On a smaller aircraft, and it never did this. It's just a buttons is not alone now. Quite. Oh, I'm not going to be able to land this at all with this. It's frames per second. Looks like we're too high. But not much maybe with the full flaps, you know? And those get better for you. No buttons. Stop. No. No. No.
500.
I'm going to think ahead here now with the aircraft and what's doing.
400.
A little bit high on purpose because of the frames.
300. 100 above.
Continue. Oh, no, it's
200.
Continue landing. Why does it do this to us, folks?
100.
Why does it do this to us? This is shockingly annoying.
40.
Microsoft, get your shit together, will you
20.
please?
Retard.
You know, that would have been absolutely stunning. Jamming on the brakes here. That would have been absolutely stunning, and they've ruined everything with their stupid updates. You know? Look, it's gone nuts, man. That was very... The replay should show us something a bit better, I think. That is very infuriating. Flaps up. Brakes off. Auto brakes off. That's like 1 frame a second. What if I go to the main menu here for a second here? Why do they do this to us, folks? Why? I can't stream for 2 if they keep doing this. They did this to us the other day. They did it, was it yesterday or the day before? The frames died on us. And it's like something's not giving memory back. It's taking it, but it's not giving it back. Let's close down the Fly Studio there. Let's stop recording. Recorder. Let's stop recording. What else can we close down? We can close down Navigraph. And we can close down the traffic. Just closing down the other windows here. Traffic can close down. I mean, this is a 3080 Ti, do you know? This shouldn't be the case at all. I can't even hit the escape button now. No. I can't access the gates like this, folks. I really can't. I can't even hit the escape button. Where's your checklist? Yeah, I can't actually operate the simulator now with this stuff. Let's have a look here. I'll have to examine that. That's infuriating. Is that happening to anyone else after long flights? You know? Is that happening to anybody? See, it's taking up all the memory here, isn't it? I have more than enough memory to burn. I have loads of memory to burn. So folks, I don't know what to tell you. Let's try the replay, shall we? Let's just go straight to the replay because this is killing us. Let's pause it. How can I stream with this? I can't work with this. Do you work with this? Let's see what you're saying there in the comments. Yeah, G Cook Scotland says yes, it happens to me. Clappy D, it is the NVIDIA filters causing the choppiness. Oh, is it? Alt 3. It's off. Switch that off. Let's resume the replay.
Mm. 300.
I can't even get the views in. I won't even accept the buttons. What a shame, because that was a stunning landing. Absolutely stunning. Stunning in the weather and everything. I can't even get to the main menu. Do you reckon it's the video filters causing the choppiness, Floppy D, yeah? Maybe FS Realistic, yes. I didn't shut that down either. Let's get rid of FS Realistic then as well. If I could just get to the main menu. I'm hitting the escape key here, nothing's happening. I'm very disappointed. It's such a lovely landing. Oh, here we go. Let's just change one thing here and see. I think the sim is just dying on us, folks. You know? I'm guessing. No, it's dead. It is dead, folks. I'll have to shut it down and start it back up again. It's hard to know what it is, isn't it? It does happen. How long are we streaming now? For 3 hours, 22 minutes. Do you know? Other people are fine, you know, or maybe it's this DNS. I don't know. I don't know. If anyone has any ideas. Yeah, Cockpit says, well, but MSS has so much going on, it could be anything. Where's your checklist? Iceberg for all is saying. I thought I did the checklist, no? Maybe it's FS I'm on DX11. Yeah, I'm on DX11 as well. With TAA. Yeah, maybe this NVIDIA stuff, I don't need that, you know? Maybe I should just use TAA. Because it was always fine before this update. You know? Won't I be clicking the button? Wait, we click. Well, I'll figure it out. I'm going to... Oh, there, it's done it now. So it's just died on us. So what I'll do is I'll switch it to TAA. Let's use inch before B4. Try not using DLSS. Yes, I think so. Just use TAA, isn't it? You know? I think so. Well, folks, sorry for that bad ending. Do you know? I'll change these settings to the normal DLSS, or sorry, to get rid of DirectX 11 and don't use DLSS. I think that's what I'll do, and hopefully that will work for us, you know. But as it stands here, it's I switched it off now before we go crazy. Yeah, I won't even go back. So folks, thank you very much for watching. Iceberg for all, thank you very much. And Clappy D, thank you very much for all your help there. Cheddar Key as well, thank you so much with your knowledge. You've really been helping us. I'll discard the changes there and just see if it did anything. To see if it did anything. I doubt it. So I'll make those changes. And just one last try here. No, I'll have to restart the sim. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you very much for John Stubb on YouTube who subscribed. Thank you for Colonel Tuff who followed. Lonely Reaper, thank you very much for gifting a sub tier 1 to War Dog as well. And War Dog, thank you very much for following. Now, War Dog, you can see how friendly our community is. Lonely Reaper, you're so cool. 3 hours ago, we had Matthew as well who followed as well. So great. I have a very powerful machine. I think it's just the update. I'll change those settings and we'll see you folks next, which is, tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Tomorrow, Friday at 6 o'clock in the evening, folks. I'll keep out of this part of the world. This only started happening in this part of the world the last few days. So we might try America or something like that or somewhere very different. Clappy D, thank you very much. Big Sky Ride, thank you. And everybody, I can't mention you all because I'll be here for ages and ages and ages. But it's very rare that happens, isn't it? It's only twice that happened since I started streaming, really, isn't it? Twice, I think. So, folks, thank you very much, and we'll see you. Have a great finishing for your week, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow at 6 o'clock Irish UK time local. Ciao, ciao, or ciao, ciao.